And we are live on YouTube. Hello, everybody. My name is Ben. No, my name is Jake. And who are you?
My
Next to me.
name, next to you, my name
Yeah.
is Blood Bud Ben, apparently.
Yeah,
Because I am Team Blood, otherwise known as Wine.
that's right. I'm Bread Boy Jake, but I didn't think it's not bread and blood. It's bread and
And wine. Yeah,
and
I don't know
flesh
why
and
you
blood.
gave me blood. You made it so weird instantly.
I just was like, oh, blood and bud rhymes, so that's kind of fun. But yeah, the bread and the blood, baby. We're here talking about it, and we're here for a couple of reasons. One, to celebrate the life of a certain individual, and I'll share his visage on the screen. This is our Lord and Savior, Jesus Cristo himself. And we're just happy to have him here. He's our only hope.
You didn't prepare me for this.
Yeah. Not really. How much have you prepared, Ben?
For the launch of the Obi-Wan Kenobi series, or
Sure. Let's start there.
I'm very excited about that, but no, prepared for the memorial. I think you are referring to. That's
right.
A special event occurring tonight for Jehovah's Witnesses, and I am probably minus points prepared.
The comments are rolling in. Some think that my my shirt is too like flesh tone and it makes me look shirtless, but I think that's just going to attract more viewers, quite frankly.
Debatable.
Yeah, true.
I think don't we get like kicked off YouTube for that kind of thing?
Yeah, I think we actually couldn't do that. So hopefully the YouTube algorithm understands.
Sounds like you want to, though.
Hey, you know what?
The only reason we're not doing it shirtless.
That's right. Obviously, ideally, guys, we would be shirtless, but
yeah,
you know, these restrictive rules in society. No, we're here for that. We're here because tonight's the memorial and wanted to hang out because for reasons we'll get into. And I'm going to hide that comment. And also because you and I, Ben, have been embarking on a journey, a path, one might say, to podcast town, USA, population us.
No, I'm just gonna let you lead.
You're just gonna let me hang myself with that?
Yeah. I'm not gonna follow. Yes, we are launching a podcast, Jake. Which makes no sense.
Nope.
Financially, no one has asked us to do it. No one's been talking.
People have asked us not to.
And yet here we are. And can I just say, someone in the comments I can see has referred to already.
I think I know what comment you're talking about.
Which I'm very happy about. Thank you, Paul. I appreciate that. And I will try and highlight as many beard comments as possible. Because
that's right.
Jake is beardless, which means he sucks.
It's true. You know, we swap spaces. You know, I've been beard boy Jake in the past. And now I'm flesh friend Jake. And you're
getting dangerous
boy,
to that
Ben.
YouTube cutoff limit. I don't know where this is going.
I don't know either. But we have other comments. Some are saying the villain of the year. And frankly, I think this is the comment of the year. I think Jake looks a little better. A little better. I don't know. That almost doesn't seem like a compliment. A slight improvement.
But where
room to grow.
Yeah.
But anyway, we launched a podcast. It's called It's called Second School.
Where is it available?
That, Ben. Well, it's available at your local grocery store, of course. It's available at Walmart, at your local street vendor, and on iTunes, Spotify. It should be available on Spotify later. I'm just waiting on an email confirmation from them. It's on SoundCloud, and it's on YouTube.
They just wanted to make sure, like, you're not doing any weird naked stuff, and you're like, no, it's just a shirt, and it's audio only anyway, so...
Yeah, that's right. And one of the things that we do on this show is we get into I don't even know what the like point of our show is, but we do talk about kind of like like moving on in like life, trying to like figure out life, almost like life itself is the second school.
Yeah, we definitely had like a theme that we want, that it sounded really good when we were going into it, and we started recording and it just turned into like this, where we just blabble on about anything
Yeah.
that comes into mind. We start with a theme and you end up talking about Obi-Wan Kenobi inevitably.
Yeah, it's mostly like that. But yeah,
But it's
second
fun.
school podcast, and like this is an experience. This is the first year that I have not gone to the memorial.
Whoa, 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 whoa. I think we should
Yeah.
maybe back up a little bit and
Yeah.
just like, what is the memorial?
Oh, very good.
Like, who are you? Like, what religion were you in? Maybe just hit touch base with all of that stuff.
Let's touch base. Okay, and I just want to say we do have some guests that are in the wings, waiting in the background. We'll let you on when we're damn well ready. No, yeah, okay. So the memorial is is a yearly commemoration of Christ Jesus' death. We took a look at him earlier, and we can throw him up there again.
Do we have to?
Yeah.
Okay.
No, I guess we don't really have to.
For who does this weird event?
Why Jehovah's Witnesses, of course. They once a year get together and say, you know, this guy died. And most people that die, I don't really clock it and I don't really pay attention, quite frankly. And in fact, a couple other guys died on this particular night, and I don't really pay attention to them. But this guy had some pretty cool things going on, and I think we should get together once a year and talk about this guy. And his name is Genghis. Chris. What's his name? Jesus?
How much have you been drinking before?
None. Not at all.
Which is funny because I am like one drink down.
Oh my, we'll get to that in a moment.
Yeah. So so Jehovah's Witnesses, we were both former Jehovah's Witnesses, and in that religion / maybe, are we allowed to say cult? I'm just going to put that out there.
You are allowed to say it.
Yeah, I
but
can
watch yourself,
confirm.
counselor.
Okay. Yes, in that faith, this is the biggest event of the year. This is the one where, you know, they come round to your house, door knocking, trying to get you into the religion, but they really try to get you to go to this one event. And if you've left the religion, they'll try and get you to come back for this one event. This is the big the tappity tap distracted me. This is the big thing of the year. So for Jehovah's Witnesses, this is the Christmas
prom.
and yeah, like, well, I don't really know what we
death.
don't have that, but yeah, it's kind of, and it's super boring. I was explaining this to people, like, it's the biggest thing for Jehovah's Witnesses, and they're like, oh cool, what do you do? And I'm like, wait until the sun goes down, go to church for an hour, and then go home. It's kind of boring, but it's very important to them, and they get, I think 26 million about that a year go to that event.
Right.
Supposedly.
Yes. I think that was about the attendance last year. So amazing. But we're not going this year. But you know what? Here's what I think we should do. Is I think we should bring in our first guest.
Yeah, someone's been waiting for a while, and I blame you.
A very long time, upwards of 2 minutes. And this is one of our, frankly, bright up-and-comers in the scene. I don't know. I didn't prepare any kind of introduction, but JW Thoughts is a great channel that exists, and if you're not watching it, you should. And it's hosted by a guy named Wally, and here he is. It's Wally and his cats.
It would be the best way to start that ZZ's just sitting here hogging the microphone. What's up,
That's
guys?
exactly why I needed to bring you on, because I was like, okay, well now ZZ's here, so we gotta bring you on.
And
we could barely
I've
see your face.
met you before. Good to meet you.
Yeah, nice to meet you. I'm glad that we're publicly meeting on stream, so I can tell you that I disagree. No.
Perfect. I like
confrontation.
This is an intervention.
Yes,
that's
the
right.
Number one thing I like in the world is confrontation. I'm
People
sure
are
he'll move
psyched.
eventually.
Celebrities.
Hey,
Joel.
Oh,
nice. Good spot for the cat too.
Hey, Merritt. Hey, Jules. Thank you, everyone, for coming and hanging out on the stream yesterday. It was fun.
Yeah.
Oh, shit.
Now, Wally.
Yes.
Explain God.
I can do it actually really easily. It's something I've been working on for a long time.
Good.
Yeah. It goes like this. Huh. Okay.
And that's it.
That's it.
I think that's it. I mean,
You
that's
kind of have a
basically it.
question, and then you're like, "Yeah, I don't think so." And you're like, "Well, I guess I'll move on with my day." It's easy.
Yeah,
Come on.
that's
now.
basically it. And the big surprise is that there was a person behind that cat the whole time, and it's Wally.
Yes.
No, we've never had you on the channel before. We've never met before, right? This is like a magician show, and we.
Oh yeah.
And I didn't
Yeah.
talk to you before the show, hide
I've
anything in
never
your
talked
pocket.
to you ever before.
That's right. I've been avoiding you because I'm worried that you're going to beat me in Smash, and I can't have that on my conscience.
As long as you don't play online Nest, then we're good to go.
I do though. So
Oh no!
I hate to tell you.
Yeah.
So, Wally, is this your first time not going to the memorial?
No, this would be my 5th. I think, yeah, 5th year now.
Whoa.
Yes, this is my 5th time. So the last time I
Oh.
went to a meeting, I think I gave the closing prayer and the last talk, and I've never been to a meeting of any kind ever since. So
That rules.
yeah,
That is the coolest way to go out, I think. Amen. And then you just leave.
exactly. I think it was a real shit prayer too. It was just like, thank you, God, for the congregation and stuff. Help people that need it. Amen.
Like good food, good meat, good God, let's eat.
Thank you, God, for JW Facts. See you guys later. Everyone's like scratches their head. Like, I'm always wondering why I didn't do that. Hi, Samantha.
Yeah, that's pretty cool.
Yeah, very good. Now, I did want to ask, like, who are you? And what's your deal? No, like, give us like a little bit of your background. Like, what, like, were you born in?
So I was born with 2 parents, and then my dad left when I was like 3 or something, 4, in Florida. And so then we moved to Washington. We moved in with my grandparents. My grandparents, my grandpa was an elder. He was kind of like the rock of the whole family, still kind of is. And my grandma's been inactive for like 30 years. My mom was disfellowshipped because she's a little bit of a goofball and does some pretty weird stuff. Yeah, I think being part of the Watchtower and everything was just like the only thing that I really felt connected to. So it was so important for me. So I was like one of those turbo virgin nerd witnesses that just like, yeah, it was brutal.
I didn't want to say it, but
you can make fun of me. It's what I deserve. I'm like, wait, you guys are counting your break time? You guys can't count the time you're on break. And then eventually I'm just like going to Starbucks, reading a book, counting my time. I'm like, pioneering is easy.
This is so relatable.
But yeah,
Absolutely.
I mean, just kind of a born-in straight old witness. But the big thing that kind of turbo version, yes. The big thing that woke me up was when me and my wife got married. We were married for like, I don't know, 3 weeks, 2.5 weeks, something like that. And we came back and she broke her leg while we were playing soccer. And she broke her leg in 2 places and was in the hospital for a whole week. And that was one of the most stressful things I've ever gone through. She didn't have insurance either. And a week in the hospital. Well, I won't even preach to you, Jake.
I get it.
I'm sure you know much about that, but it's massively expensive, and all of like the pressure and anxiety that I felt just through that whole process of her recovering, having to like just carry her up and down the stairs, having to cart her around in a wheelchair for a couple weeks. It was just like put all of this pressure. And one day I was giving a talk at the end of the meeting, and I looked up and it was listen, obey, and be blessed. And I just looked up at everyone, tired as hell, and their faces were so glazed over. It was like being in a weird shitty sci-fi movie where the acting is bad, but it was my life. And I'm like, oh my God. something is absolutely wrong here, and that sent me careening down a path of discovery and learning and blah 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 blah. But anyway, that was my speed run. I hijacked your stream for 3 whole minutes. Yeehaw.
No, that was perfect, and
I froze
that was
as well.
great. I wish I knew how to do that. You'll find our first episode of our podcast is us very much not speedrunning our origin story. So.
Is everyone else frozen, or is that just me?
Everything looks good to me.
Same here. Yeah.
Well,
And you look good.
well,
Not
thank you.
frozen,
I appreciate that.
in
Everything's
motion.
frozen. I imagine my computer's going to crash or something bad's going to happen. But
Okay.
you know,
well,
I'm with it.
Don't do that, please. But we're going to put this comment stream is generating some controversy in the chat, which is My Little Pima says he's played with Wally and All-Worldly in Smash, and I would put $5 on Wally winning. This is inflammatory. Obviously, Pimo's immediately banned, so no problem there.
Clearly. Time him out, put him in his room. That's where he deserves to be.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
Hey, I
This is
wasn't
the
even
caveman
playing
computer
with
we're
a pro
hearing about.
controller, My Little Pima, so imagine what I can do with my actual real controller when we play. Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, everything's frozen for me. Do you guys mind if I just tap out for a second and restart
go right
my
ahead.
computer?
Don't leave me with him.
And in fact, wait, no, hang on a second. I'm not going anywhere.
Also, I guess it is the memorial stream, so maybe I should grab some wine or something. I don't know.
You
That
should.
seems
We'll get
appropriate.
into
Okay.
that too.
Okay, well, I'm going to restart my computer because everything is frozen and I can't see you guys. And having the live reactions is less fun than having them. So, bye. I'll see you very soon. Thank you
Okay.
so much.
Perfect.
What a nice
He's
guy.
gone.
We need to break into his house and steal his camera.
I
And or cat.
agree. He has a very good camera.
Mhm.
And you know who
Yeah.
else has a good camera?
Who?
Another one of our guests, while Wally's getting his shit together and figuring out how to stream. We're gonna roll in.
you get so brave when they're gone.
I know, idiot. Camera's not even that good, and I would beat him at Smash. No, no, I'm not in Washington. I've only played Pima over Wi-Fi, so who knows how good I am in real life. But I'm gonna bring in special guest. You might know him as the Falling Tower, the one video wonder.
How
This
exciting.
is it's Matt.
Yeah, I guess I could be the one video wonder, so that makes sense. That's fair play.
We're waiting for the other video. I don't know. What to say.
It's finally coming. The fact that I actually have even a microphone set up again, and actually in about a week or so, I should start filming again. So it's finally back on the rails again that I can start doing stuff again. So hopefully it won't stay stuck at just one video or 2 videos.
It's quality over quantity. That's what I keep telling Jake. He doesn't listen. Just
so
churns them out.
Yeah, once a year. That's totally awesome.
Yeah.
I agree.
And I say, no, it doesn't matter that my videos are terrible. And I churn them out soullessly on a daily basis. It has to happen.
The machine of outworldly
The
production.
content mill has to keep churning. How you doing, Matt?
Not too bad. Just post J-Dub life, trying to play catch up, and
Yeah.
if you don't save up money for retirement, you don't have you might not have a house and any of that stuff. So I literally woke up at the best and / worst time to try to do all that stuff. So it's like now working like crazy, which is another reason why I haven't been doing anything, because you're just with a super nutty schedule. It's like, okay, make a video or try to make sure I'm not going to be, dead and out of money in 20 years. So
Yeah. That's good. That does sound like your priorities are in order.
I'm getting there.
Yeah, no, that's good. So is this your first missed memorial?
This would be, let's see. So 2019 was my last memorial that I attended. And so
Okay.
I'm trying to think. I didn't give, oh, wait. I might have actually given that memorial talk. I either gave the 2019 or the 2018 one. So it's kind of funny to think of like the next year down the road, I was totally out and disassociated. So yeah, this is my number 2 without going.
Nice.
Gotcha.
What
Okay.
did you do last year? Did you do anything special?
I don't think I did anything.
Did you commemorate the death of our Lord and Savior?
Unbelievable.
Actually, I take it back. I think didn't Germ do a thing that evening and he had all you guys on? I think I was watching
Yeah.
that. So
Yeah.
that's what I was doing.
That's right.
That's nice.
And frankly, he has the StreamYard link, so I don't know what to tell you. But I don't know. He might be on.
Wait,
I'm
so if
being sacrilegious and I don't have any wine, I just got my water bottle.
Oh, just a water bottle. Well, let's get into that because this is important, and we can add. Let's add Wally back to the stream here.
He's
Look,
back.
speaking of wine,
Matt, what's going on, my man?
Hey, Wally, how you doing? Pretty good.
Doing fantastic. Been a minute and a half, but thanks for stopping by the streams.
Yeah, it's been a while. Sometime soon, I will end up in your way. It's just like a little, from where I am right now, it's just a little drive to go hang out with another couple of friendly apostates that we know.
Oh, okay, really? That'll be cool. I'd love to get together. Anyway.
Oh, look at us. We're all in
We'll
the same
talk later.
country. Oh.
this is bullshit. This sucks. No, real life friends. I'm not interested. Not that's a joke. Some lovely apostates drove through town just last week and got to meet up with them. It was wonderful. Ben hasn't really made any effort to come see me. over
Nah.
vacation.
I mean, when I was just flying by the other day, I thought, should I stop? And
Yeah.
I asked Jeeves, and he was like, "Nah, it's going to cost."
We haven't
us a
said this,
little
but I mean, you commute here on a weekly
bit."
basis.
I work there. Yeah,
Yeah, and you don't, and you specifically go out of your way to not visit me.
specifically. Yeah. In fact, it's
Yeah.
like opposite you. I can see you from the window of my office.
Right? Yeah, you work across the street.
I just don't look.
Yeah,
That's pretty messed up, man. I gotta be honest with you.
it really hurts my feelings. Like
I-
every week, I just have a real crisis about it. But that's okay because I am drinking something now. I don't have the blood of
Evolution people.
Christ. I do have the blood of Arnold Palmer himself, famed golfer, and the flesh of store-bought Wonder Bread. So I got the bread.
That looks like it's been leavened.
It has been leavened. I know,
You're a bad
but I
boy.
think
Shame.
I know. Is there a way to suck
Unleaven
it out
it.
with like a syringe? That
I'm
leaven
sure
out.
that's exactly how it works.
Well, there is a how-to video on how to make it on the website. We could get into that if we wanted to. We could all make it together,
Yeah,
and this could be a cooking show.
I did a parody of that. I haven't released it yet, but it's funny as hell.
Oh, really? I'm about to say, wait, that sounds great.
Yeah. I dress up as a woman. It was very fun.
Very nice.
You know, it's
What
always
is
fun to
this
dress up.
womanly drink that you have in front of you, too, by the way?
Oh, this is just oranges, some raspberries, and blackberries. Pretty much any fruit that I have that's about to go bad, I just throw it in my water in the fridge, and then that's my fancy water or some cucumber. So
Fancy.
That is so cool.
I've always been curious if that was actually just fancy water, or if there was like a little bit of gin or something added to it.
Oh no! I mean, there could be if upon request, but if someone donates $100, no, I'm kidding.
Hey, don't be kidding around. Yes, if somebody donates $100.
$100, we'll spike our water with gin.
And we, I have to say, we always have a challenge on this channel, which is the 144,000 challenge. You know, like people like to donate like $19.14, and that's fun. But if you really want to be a real G, $144,000. That's
Yes.
and if you do that, you get a free shirt or something. I don't know.
And I was
Free
trying to like,
shirt's all
think
right.
like, I wonder what would be like an actual merchandise that people would like, and not just be like really terrible, like just a plain shirt that says "think" or "finger guns" or I don't know, something stupid on it. So I was like actually thinking and like working on seeing if I could design hats, because I know I really like my hats. So I thought maybe like a really
Nice.
cool, good quality hat. That would be kind of maybe a fun
I
thing.
know.
But
That's why I
don't
was
know.
trying to work on like doing a logo for the channel because I wanted to be like, okay, if it's going to be on a shirt, I don't want the shirt to look like complete
Ass.
garbage. Not that we're referencing any of people's shirts
No.
in particular.
No, this was not directed at anyone.
No, it is not, and neither is anything. Ben, what do you have? What is your substitute for?
I thought you meant for a shirt. I was like,
Ben, what do you got? What's your
Should we-
shirt?
I I have amaretto and Pepsi, which I feel is traditional.
The worst drink I've ever
memorial.
heard of in my life.
It's so
I was
good.
about to,
So- and
like,
this is from
scold you.
Audi. Do you have Audi in the States? Presumably. No,
we have
you're looking at
amaretto.
me. You don't know what Audi is? Oh my goodness! Oh, all of the Europeans are dying inside right now. It's like Walmart.
I'm sure
Imagine
they are,
Walmart,
but
but
none of
everything
us are
is
them.
like half price.
We drink real alcohol. We don't drink like
Yeah.
No,
amaretto
it's
sours
a supermarket.
Mhm.
It's a
next to
supermarket.
Big Ben.
Did you say Aldi?
Yeah, ALDI.
Yeah, we do.
Oh,
have
we
that.
have Aldi. I think you said
the
Audi.
British
Is that one-
accent comes out
Aldi.
again. Here we go.
Audi, then.
The bullying begins.
You got Audi in the States, governor.
You guys must have bloody Audi in the States there. What are you fucking talking about, bro? Oh, I
Oi,
bullied
bro.
him for leaving. Oh. Actually upset someone now.
Yeah, so Aldi, however you Aldi, I don't know how you pronounce it.
Well, generally, your average
like
American
that.
says Aldi's and adds the S to it. So
Yeah, Aldi's nuts.
Aldi's.
I was
Oh my! As
okay,
someone who
are we
lived
gonna wait
in
for it to
Germany-
drop?
That's what it's called. I don't know what to tell you. We have some people insulting our accents, and I agree that Ben's accent is not very realistic.
Yeah.
But you know, okay.
It takes a lot of effort to put this on. Yeah,
I know. I mean, that's a long con you've been running.
people knew that I was actually from Kentucky.
Imagine
Hey,
the
man.
actual though.
come on, man, don't you insult my people. That just ain't right.
You've already got. No, where are you from, Matt?
I'm actually a Southern boy. I'm North Carolina, or originally, yeah.
I mean, I
So-
figured you were a Southern boy. Okay, so you're from Virginia,
North Carolina.
North Carolina. Okay, gotcha.
Yeah. So
Nice.
when I was younger, I tried to weed it out so that it wasn't too Southern, but I still have the words that pop in, and I have my I don't use y'all. I have my friends who aren't Southern, or they use y'all and fixin' and all those things. I'm like, I don't.
Fixins
use
is
them.
tough for me.
They love them.
Yeah. Now,
Seems
this
like
is a
just
question that
objectively
confuses
funny.
me. Did you wear that shirt because it looks like bread? What does bread look like? I mean,
That shirt.
You apparently. I've never had bread that looks like that, but I don't
me
think I would
neither.
want
I
it.
don't know. Well, see, now Eve 2.0 is from Canada. That's a whole other nightmare. We won't even
They
get
probably
into.
only eat baguettes or something.
Speaking of fake accent, they eat baguettes covered in gravy and cheese. That's their one export.
They gotta get that poutine, baby.
It's true. It looks like your shirt. Well, okay. There we go. Tonight we will be
The more you
passing
know.
around my shirt.
Did
Now,
they just pass you around the Kingdom Hall?
Yeah, just pass me. Like cradle
It's
me
like
like
doing a
baby.
crowd dive. It's just
Crowd time. Yeah.
I have
Just really
become
anxious
Jesus.
until he gets to the
Canadian
person who's
bread.
anointed.
This is another good point, which is that when I've been to Canada, we had to get bags of milk from the store and put them in some special pitcher.
Why does bags of milk just sound like a really funny way to describe a person? That guy looks like a bag of milk.
Bags of milk. It does. I agree. It sounds like one of the descriptions in Song of Solomon. We were talking about
Oh,
that
yeah.
earlier.
Her teeth were like the ewes of the fields, and her breasts were like the young lamb of my
bags
blood.
of milk.
Like the bags of milk.
From a Tops
Mommy
grocery
milkers
store.
before they even existed. Sorry, I gotta work on my own copyright claims. I shouldn't add any hell to you.
Now, Matt, you were an elder, right?
Yes, I was, unfortunately.
Now, did you give the memorial talk at any point?
I did. It was either the year before I left, or so like either in 2018 or 2019. I can't remember. So it was, interesting. I definitely was not awake at that point. I don't think I could have given it if I was awake then. But I remember speaking to people like beforehand, and like seeing some like worldly people that came in to hear the talk, and looking at their faces from the audience, they just randomly received an invitation and went. And I could see the look on their faces as like I was explaining things, and they're just like, "This just isn't making sense." I mean, and I was giving the talk pretty decent for a witness talk, but still,
Sure.
you know, you don't realize how absolute nuts it is until you're out. And so now I frequently think about them and wondering, man, I wish I could have actually talked to them afterward and seen or heard what did they actually think about it. But yeah, so it's an interesting transition to go from giving the memorial talk one year to being mentally diseased apostate the next.
Now, just before we get into this, what is this? What's happening?
I'm
don't
glad someone
listen?
picked up on that.
I think your chat just likes bullying you. That's what I've worked out in the last 5
Cyberbullying.
minutes.
I
Hey,
won't
maybe he
stand
could-
for it.
Well,
I've
Jake
been
should
there.
talk with Andrew and they could get that sorted out.
I know we can have a real conversation about bullying. No, okay, so that's really interesting because that's what Wally was describing was like the sensation of realizing that like what you're saying is like a little odd, almost like you're you're kind of processing the idea of other people trying to understand what you're saying, like from a neutral point of view. Is that kind of it? Like, oh wow, if I didn't have any context for this would just sound a little weird.
Well, yeah, and when I, and the outline that they have you give it from, it's like it doesn't change, or at least it hasn't changed in a long time. And as you're interchangeable here, it hasn't changed in a long time. And so as you're giving it, I'm like, depending on who's given it in the past, you're hearing the exact same lines over and over and over again. So generally when I gave talks, I tried to just put illustrations in it like everywhere, so it was at least a little bit more lively. And I was racking my brain trying to figure out, how do I explain this to someone who's going to come in and be like, wait a minute, why are we all here? And to reject this and not do what Jesus told us to do. And I tried my best, but it's kind of one of those things that now I'm on this side of it. I'm like, there's so many things that I'm so thankful for that I don't have to make excuses for any of this stuff. I can just be like, yeah, it was crazy.
It's such like a crazy plane to hit in your life where you're like not making excuses for things that exist in your mind. I remember that same feeling. I'm like, God, this is nice. Like, I don't have to just come up with some BS reason that circumnavigates logic and reason in order to just live and survive in the actual world. I can just think things, say things, and mean them, and that's it. That's full stop.
Yeah. Did you guys
amazing.
experience this? Because that kind of like my first feeling when I woke up was mostly relief. And I wasn't expecting that, but it was kind of like, oh, thank God that's not true. That would have sucked if Armageddon was really coming. like I realized, I was like, and it was a relief to not have to, while I was just describing, constantly justify these things that deep down I really have problems with, and just be like, oh, it's just okay to have a problem with that because it doesn't make sense.
It was a whole series of steps for me. So when I stepped down, I was a field service group overseer, regular assignments that you just have as an elder. Then I was on the operating committee. I was the treasurer for the operating committee. And, so I had all this stuff that I was just probably a good 4 hours a week of just elder stuff that I had to do. So when I no longer had to do that stuff anymore, and I could just hand that box back over to them with the keys and everything, the weight that was lifted off my shoulders, it was indescribable. And so other PMO elders that I have that are friends now, we all are encouraging them and saying, hey, I know it's terrible for you now, but the second that you get to give that stuff up, it's worth whatever pain that you're about to go through, because your freedom, your conscience, just your time, everything gets so much easier. And so then, add on top of it what you're talking about as far as not having to make excuses for doctrine stuff anymore. All of it's just great. And it's just been a whole series of things. I'm still one of those oddballs that I say oddballs. I've come across people that are that maybe don't have a belief, and I'm agnostic atheist now. So, I don't necessarily have a belief in, some kind of afterlife. And I'm like, I was one of those people that would be like, I'd love to live forever. I would of course like the opportunity that, let's say after 1.4 million years or whatever, that oh, okay, I could pull the plug if I'm getting bored or something. But I love that idea. I would love to explore and do all that stuff. So that part's a bit sad, but on the flip side, it does make every day that I have now that much more valuable, and I look forward to it. And so, it was good and bad, but overall, the entire experience was just to let go of all of that was phenomenal.
100%. I do want to briefly just shout out the One Bun, Asher. Wish me luck. About to crash Memorial number 1 for the evening. Going for Foard tonight. That sounds
some big goals, my man.
We're all talking about like, isn't it nice not to ever do anything now? One Bun's out here just like, I'm going to do some stuff.
Put on my Rick and Morty costume and get wacky.
And I just realized, Ben, I don't know why I always have trouble remembering that you were an elder. Like, you just don't seem like an elder. Like, you don't seem like elder material.
What you mean to say is I look way too young and handsome.
Yes.
You look
That's
too
what
weird.
you mean. No, yeah. I didn't do the memorial talk, but I did. I was chairman for one of the memorials, which is just as much effort. No, it's not at all.
Is the memorial talk effort though? It's been the same for like 30 years. Can we really call it?
Yeah, but you never. At least with a public talk, there's a chance like you've got some in the bank. Whereas if you've not done the memorial talk, it's like,
oh, I suppose
it's new, isn't it? It's annoying. I presume. I'm interested, Matt. Did you? Because you said you were like, fully in at the time. Did you volunteer to give it in the elders meeting, or did you get pushed into it?
I did not volunteer for it. No, it's kind of one of those things. The congregation that I was in at that time period, I had been in there for like 4 or 5 years. And so all the guys that were there had already given it before. And of course, the coordinator, as it comes up, looks over at me. He's like, well, Matt, I'd like to hear how you would give the memorial talk. And you're like, oh my goodness, and of course there's no way you can legitimately get out of it because yes, I could give it. I don't want to. But yeah, I got nominated for it. And thankfully for one of the years I did get out of it because they tried to do it to me 2 years in a row. But I think it was the first year, I was like, well, I've got a friend in Bethel who might be interested in coming up to give the talk. And so we did kind of finagle things and got him to come up and give the talk. So that was, that got me off the hook at least one time, but I didn't survive the next one.
Nice.
So what you're saying is you're the best speaker in your hall. Just trying to slide that through a silent flex to everyone in the audience.
No, definitely not.
They were always nominating me, so I had to get a Bethel speaker, or else they
He's haughty, extra confused.
No, Ben knows
what.
Ben knows how this works. No one wants to do anything or give any talk. So if you're the new guy that pops in and everyone else has already done this before, you're going to get thrown under the bus.
Yeah, so you've got to find the scapegoat before you go into the meeting. It's like, oh, my aunt, she's just fell over again, and I've got to travel north.
That'll be a nice privilege for you, Matt. You haven't done this before.
Then that's exactly what they say.
Yeah.
But it says a few things that were, you talked about being the chairman was also super stressful. And I was having a conversation with some of the other guys today. Because when you do that, you're the one that's essentially in charge of how everything goes. And there's so many stupid arbitrary rules as to how things work behind the scenes, as far as like who do you select to give the prayers? How do you do it? The flower arrangements, making sure that the bread is made.
Change the chairs. Should we change the chairs?
Yeah. Well, one of the dumbest things to me was, and it took me forever to understand this. I think I was an elder for like a year. It wasn't until I was an elder that I understood what the rules were as to why those who were the servers had to then, after serving everyone, go and serve the speaker, then go and sit down and have the speaker come in. I was like, this is absolutely ridiculous. Everyone is you're already passing the stupid plate and the cup around 200 times. Why are they doing this again? And so all those stupid rules that you have to remember. And I was like, oh, this is just ridiculous. And I just want it to be done with.
That stuff is really awkward and like cringy and hard to explain, where it's like everybody served, because I was just a server, and so I would be a server, and that's about it. But it is like, feels like there's pressure and stuff, and then you sit down and then somebody has to pass it to you, and then you have to like pass it to the speaker, and it's just like, here's the plate, and he's like, okay, and his playback, and it's just like weird. That's a
Never
weird thing
felt
to
more
watch.
silly in my entire life.
You get the
It was
point.
really just silly feeling. I'm like, why are we just
Everybody
passing it
touch
around
it.
to everyone now? Like, it's just awkward. I thought it was funny.
It's what there was one time where like I think they did it wrong and the speaker didn't get it, and he just like picked it up off the table and set it back down to make sure that he touched it. Like, it was passed to me by me. Very, very strange.
One time my oh, sorry, never mind.
No, go ahead.
Oh, my grandpa, he was a Boeing executive, so he was always flying and everything. And later on, he became inactive, and I think he still is now. But he was like messed up his flight schedule. So on a memorial, he was on a plane. And so he was like trying to request if they had unleavened bread, but he actually got like a little paper plate, some wine, and some crackers, and like gave himself a little talk, was like reading scriptures and stuff on his phone. And even like I was a full witness at the time, and I feel so bad because in my mind I was like, that's not enough. That's not enough, Grandpa. You're going to hell. You're not going to make it into the new system because you should have taken a different flight. But then you're
God's
like,
gonna make a hell for you.
It is as stupid as just like passing around some crackers and some juice or wine. So I guess he was doing it right. But anyway,
I had this experience. It was always very nerve-wracking. When I was in Spanish, we would have really big memorials because there's just a bigger like Christian community. And it was just, I think, easier to get people to be like, oh yeah, I like Jesus. I'll come to the memorial. And like, so we had a lot of unbelievers, a lot of worldly folks out there. And this one guy brought his two like rambunctious non-JW teenage sons. And they both like looked at the bread and the wine, like, and then looked at me like, we're gonna take a drink of this stuff. And I just like looked at him and just like gave him the stink eye, like, don't you do it. And I'm looking back like, how silly. That's something we worried about. Like, we're passing around this food to not eat, stupid. Don't drink the thing I just handed you.
no. You silly gooseberry.
Oh, then there's also the funny part of especially if you are one of the servers kind of watching, you get to decide, well, that person, they ate the bread, they had the wine, but are they really the ones who were the anointed? Should we count them in the number that we turn into the branch? And so if you have like the crazy person that just walks in off the street, no, you don't count them. If you have the person who's disfellowshipped and shows up who partakes, and like, no, we don't count them. So it's just like, you got to help choose who actually was of the anointed and who counted.
That's interesting. That's really interesting. Well, you try and make sure that you reach the same decision that Jehovah reached in heaven. Now, the real Taylor brought up a really good point. And this is something I totally forgot about, but it's true. We did the first Zoom meeting. Don't you guys remember passing it to yourself while the Zoom meeting happened? Yes.
Oh, I didn't even think
That's right.
that.
Because COVID's been going on for so long now that I've actually been to 2 Zoom memorials, and it is weird.
I didn't know that.
It was kind of nice, actually. Like, it was nice being at home. It was kind of cozy, and we were able to like set up a little space for it. And it kind of made me realize, like, taking communion is kind of a cool spiritual thing. Too bad we can't eat this or drink it, and we just go like, and then set it back down. And you had to like do it in front of your camera too, so everyone sees like, I'm not drinking it. Yeah, weird.
But then you just drink it immediately after.
Oh yeah.
Like I remember
exactly what I was thinking. It's like, I didn't drink it now. Camera's off.
Yeah. I
It's not the blood of Christ anymore.
I remember figuring out that that's what the elders like did anyway. Like, after the memorial, just someone gets the wine.
Yep. We had an elder who made wine. That was just like for his hobby.
Cool.
Like, he like had a vineyard, made wine, and he made very good wine. And so he would make wine.
You have
for the
elders
memorial.
in your hall who just have a vineyard.
I know.
Wow.
Well, he got
would've been
moved
my
as an elder. I don't know. I think the wine might have been a little too good If you know what I mean.
Might have gotten lost in the sauce, eh?
Might have gotten a little lost in the sauce, but he made the wine for my sister's wedding. So there was free wine, and that was the strongest wine I've ever had. And it was a very fun wedding. I'll say that. Now, this actually has nothing to do with anything. So never mind. I thought that was addressing us, but it doesn't seem like it. Very
I
good.
just learned the fine art of clicking on comments, and sometimes it moves too fast, and then I always click on the wrong one.
Yes.
It's just like I had someone say like an offensive word that I would never put on screen, and I accidentally hit it on screen. I'm like, God,
Yeah, like
no.
the comments here, and then like you're about to click, and it goes like whoop, and like you click on the
It's-
next one down.
It's like some little Mario Party mini game where you have to get the timing just perfect. You're like scrolling with it, like, come on now.
It is, yes.
The people in the comments now are like, challenge accepted.
Yep. All right, let's post a bunch of offensive words. No.
Okay,
let's
spam.
666. Love to see it. Thanks, Huston Mices.
Mises.
Mies.
Did
This is-
any of you guys get invitations so far for this memorial, or has everyone given up on you?
Goose egg.
Given up on me.
Ben,
Yeah.
No, nothing here.
did your family give up
Yeah.
on you?
Well,
Boom.
Do they still love you?
that's in post production. You add that.
No, I didn't get any
Fully
invite.
melting.
I was a little bit
Well.
disappointed though. I mean, I didn't even know what the invite looked like, which is insane to me because I had to like flip and carry thousands of them around every single year. And this year I was like, oh yeah, they changed the picture. That's cool.
Okay, when your congregation did your invitations, did you guys print out the labels to put the address on, or did you guys like run them through a printer to make them fancy?
We started doing labels because the printer would always mess up.
Yep. I had a printer that I could do it on, and so I would try and print it, and you do like 300 of them and they're all perfect, so you go and get like a cup of coffee and you come back and everything's like sideways. You're like we like have
That's always
boxes
how it
of
went.
invitations and in the house. It was a goddamn nightmare. I hated that. That was the worst job ever.
Yeah,
It was
often
great
had
for
the privilege-
counting time though, because our elder body did allow those who were doing it
about
to count
that.
time for it.
Sacred service.
God, I really missed
should
out on
explain
that
that.
one because that was like a free month of. Now I feel bad.
That's
just
kind of an
missed the
interesting
hidden
thing,
jutsu here.
the concept of sacred service. It's like, this isn't the ministry, but you can just count time. Like, a lot of time that's being counted is just like working on construction sites and like putting stickers on the back of invitations.
I can tell you it's much better when you decide what is sacred service than your benevolent overseer saying, no, it's not 5. It is 5 to 5. You will stay until 5. And you're like, oh, this was better when I was pioneering and I'd be in a coffee shop.
I had a family member at one time who, when I would go out in service with them, and I was probably early teens at this time, and I knew they were going to be tricky. They wanted to know how much time that I was counting for how much time that we went out for that day. And so they would, they would say, oh, I don't know how much time did we get today? What are you putting down? And of course I knew the tactic. So I would be like, oh, I don't know. I'm going to sit there and think about it. Which to then they would respond, we got 1 hour and 35 minutes. I'm like, yeah, I'll put down 1 hour and 35. That's getting bumped up to 2 hours.
Yeah, add a 0.
I've never experienced that where someone like tells me like how much. That's actually pretty unique.
Yeah, I got that all the time.
You did.
That's so
That's
annoying.
like completely original for me. Hey, Matt, by the way. Oh, hi, Kat.
He wanted in. And now he's going to
Yes,
want
he
out.
does. Yeah. He's
had
a
to
little
say hi.
camera shy.
Yeah.
Not like ZZ. ZZ's all about the camera.
I'm amazed by ZZ. Like, is
He
it
knows
he or
when it's
she?
time to record. He
knows like how to like keep in frame.
Yeah.
And like look picturesque.
He's a good boy.
He's a very good boy. What can you say?
He is.
Now, we do want to make sure that we highlight 1919 from Matt James. We have a Walliam stan here. Got to watch this later, but I just wanted to say I love you all, especially that sexy Wally guy.
Matt's
Thirst
a super
posting.
good guy. Like for real. He's like a super sweet human being.
Very nice.
Yeah.
I for one, am dubious because he didn't call any of the rest of us sexy, but
Oh, well,
Maybe he's
I mean,
okay.
you lost your beard, so you're immediately out of the group, and you have a
I
red
know.
shirt, so.
well, somebody earlier said I looked a little better without it, so I don't know.
Oh,
Reviews
okay,
are mixed.
Well, hey, it's between you and your wife, so you guys figure it out.
That's true. I had to shave it for a bit for a video.
Oh, there you go. I actually do that with my head, so
Oh,
because I have to go
Very
bald
nice, very
sometimes.
nice. Do you? I remember like the mood of the memorial being very strange, like because it's like somber and solemn, because it's like you're commemorating someone's death, but it's also kind of like the big night that everyone like dresses up and you go out to dinner afterwards. So the mood was always like real weird.
We never went out to dinner afterwards.
No.
What?
I
I
never.
can't
That
recall
was
if we went out or not. I definitely know that people went out and got drinks. At least at bare
Yeah,
minimum
that
doing that, or
definitely
having
happened.
having drinks
Yeah.
at home. But as far as
Oh.
like the meeting itself feeling like somber and quiet, the only parts of the meetings that I remembered as far as the memorial goes of where it was like awkward that way is when they started passing the emblems and the brother only talked. Let's say instead of having something to say to fill in that entire gap, he only talked for like 20 seconds, and then everyone's just sitting there twiddling their thumbs for 10, 15 minutes as everything.
There's always like a baby crying or something. Yeah, for sure.
I never could understand like that somber, solemn attitude because it was meant to be the most like important day of the whole year. And I just never understood why people were always so serious that they almost seemed sad. It's like, wait,
it's
are
like,
we commemorating
nice.
Jesus' death by being like, well,
Well, they always
this
would
guy
say
had
it's a
to
solemn
die so
occasion.
I can get some free shit. So I guess that makes me feel bad. So I'll be kind of solemn about it.
Dang it! I had the Mario Party thing happen. The comet moved. This is what I wanted to put on.
See, exactly.
That's a great way to put it. My parents went out for dinner after it once, and then an elder said it was bad to do that, so we never went again.
Sounds
Man,
like
I
an
have a
elder
story I'd
rule.
really like to tell, but I think I would actually anger my parents more than I ever have before. They got canceled after the memorial for something once, but I won't get into it. Yeah, that's so interesting. The culture around here was like you go out after the memorial and it's just like you're out late that night.
Really? Yeah, we never had that. It was really just very serious and no one seemed to really enjoy it, to be honest.
No, it's not
It's
enjoyable. It's not a good time.
You just go out and get drunk and have some hot wings and the grease, salt, and fat and acid make you feel better.
You can't really like try and flirt with anybody either because you have to be like, hello, sister, how's it going? Yes, hi.
Would you like to go out and service tomorrow? That would be much appreciated.
Oh, did you guys go out and service the day of on the memorial? I don't think I ever did.
Oh,
I
I did
done
that
it.
one time, and it was weird giving the invitations. Like, if any 1 in 100 people are like, "When is it?" "Oh, it's actually tonight." Like, "Oh, well, I'm busy tonight." "Oh, well, there's a special talk."
Always really felt weird. Well, now in the talks before now, which is
Yeah, now they
weird.
reversed
is it?
Yeah, which
Oh, they hit it with the
I actually
razzle-dazzle.
don't get why they do that.
It
It
seems
always
like
made
you get
sense to me
more
that it's
hype
like,
around
okay,
the
you're at the memorial, and now you kind of rope them in because you're like, well, you should come next week too,
I agree.
because there's a
yeah.
special talk, and then you're hooked.
What about the memorial reading for the week? Did you guys all do that?
Oh man.
Never ever once in my entire life.
I did it twice, and then after I had the scriptures memorized, I didn't do it. I was like, okay, this is stupid.
Every year I was like, oh right, that. Nope, didn't do that. I'll catch up tomorrow. Never did.
I don't know that I ever made it for every single day. I did do it every year, but there would be like inevitably a day that I missed, and I would have to do 2 in the one day. But I generally was a good boy, and I did it.
They
seem like a good
changed
boy.
the morning worship program for the memorial season so that you end up covering all of that passage. So
Oh.
it's kind of non-optional.
Oh, so like if you're in Bethel, you get it just for like.
Yeah, because normally like you follow the day's text and then it changes. So either the I should know
Yeah, because
this.
like
the day's text
under the
changed?
text it says
Ah,
get to
yeah,
read it.
exactly. So that's it. So you've got the day's text, and then they have like a Bible reading or whatever. And then during that period, they're doing the memorial Bible reading. Yeah, so you end up covering it. It's not interesting, but
Is there any other like goofy memorial things that happen specifically in Bethel that aren't in congregations?
you mean apart from the overtime to get all your flipping leaflets out?
Talk about that.
That happens all the
seems
time.
like something
I hate it.
interesting.
Yeah, every year, memorial invites, convention invites. The poor shipping team are doing hours of overtime to get them all out.
That would be a nightmare, wouldn't it? Because there's a lot of those mamma jammas.
Yep, and they're heavy. And you flipping congregations who are ordering like 100 or something, I hate you so much. Can't just order 800 like everyone else. You have to go up and unpick a bundle, and then some people, like depending on how more like spiritual you are, some people are like counting, like they're counting like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and I'm like, what the flip? I'm like, that looks like 100. You can get that. So if you ever got the wrong number, that was me.
Then it turns into another game where it's like, how close can you just pick? But we're not really actually going to verify any of this.
Yeah.
Did you have games like that? Like, did you find ways of making it fun? I always heard, like, I had some friends who worked in the kitchen at Patterson, and like they always had like, they were like competitive about like how fast you can wash dishes and stuff.
Oh, I thought you were going to say they were spiking the food or something. I was like, oh no.
Yeah, they would just like, pee in the soup or something. It was just a fun
That's
game.
why it was bad. I thought it was German cooking.
Split pea soup now, baby.
Yeah.
Extreme soup.
But
Yeah,
yeah,
so-
like in chipping, there'd be like some people would race and stuff, but they get cancelled about that, or like trying to
Okay.
be as accurate as possible, all the nerd stuff. Yeah, but yeah, so that changed. What else changes in Memorial Season? Like everyone
Quick question.
starts pioneering,
sorry.
which is kind of annoying, but I guess that happens everywhere. Go on, sorry.
Oh no, I just like, when did you serve and where at Bethel? Like, American.
So I was in the Britain branch from 2015 to 2016, and then the Central Europe branch in Germany from 2016 to 2021.
Oh, okay. So I would have gone to the Central Europe branch then while you were there. Funny enough, with my wife, we went over there. Yeah.
Did you do you did a tour, presumably?
Yeah.
Or did you know someone? Oh,
No, we
Nice.
did it. Well, she knew people that were there because like she was part of like the construction team and all that stuff when it was like getting remodeled or whatever.
in the 90s.
No,
Or-
didn't they do it again? And like they had like a big, I thought they had like a remodel or
recently?
something. Yeah, I thought it was like 2015, 2014 that they were doing it.
Oh my
Unless I'm-
goodness! Wow, that's insane.
Yeah.
Oh,
Well,
so
anyway.
I might know your wife.
My ex-wife.
Oh, I see.
Yeah.
Oh, good.
No,
Way to
we're
go.
we're still friends. She's very cool, but we were together because we're witnesses, and that's all. Anyway, enough about Wally. Hi, miraculous Matt.
No.
How are you? Your hair's so cool.
Not enough about Wally at all.
Oh god. Look, Zizi's even nervous. He's meowing.
No, this is good. And we have over 200 people watching too. That's pretty cool.
That's super cool.
I wanted to.
But we only have 80 likes on the video. That seems like it's disproportionate. How is
The
that?
You
math
can tell
is-
he's a pro. Oh my goodness.
This guy knows what's
going
up.
on?
Wally has done this before. And I'll tell you who else has done it before is Steph S. $20. I would get told Stephus. I would get told stories where people that weren't anointed eating the emblems, and then something bad would happen to them. A sister told me a person got hit by a car after the memorial. That shit used to scare me as a kid. That's unique. I never experienced that. That's amazing.
Wow. And everyone's just
horrible.
watching like, yeah, she ate the bread.
And it's like, well, she partook in vain. What is there a phrase for that? Like he shouldn't have partook. He ate the bread and then
partook
ate it on the way
unworthily.
home.
Oh my god!
Wow.
that
Bite
is
the bread,
some
bite the
deep
dust.
JW lore right there. Holy.
That's awesome. And we also have 10 buckaroonies from our old husted Mises. Someone mentioned to me that the memorial used to be about a month before Easter, and now it coincides with the bunny holiday. I don't know about that. I think it just always fluctuates based on when Nice and 14 is. And it's like, so sometimes it's like in a totally different month because they just had a completely different calendar year.
Syncing ancient calendars and modern calendars is tricky. So
Yeah. But that's what Jesus wanted everyone to do.
And that's why we're here.
That's right.
Brought us together. Jesus.
And in a way, we're here because of him now.
Mm-hmm.
And that's what matters.
And good.
So now we'll pray. No, Jordan Truckner, $2. Matt, when the hell is the next video?
Hard
Let's
questions.
go. Jesus, all caps. He's yelling at you.
Yes, I get emails and comments all the time asking about it. I'm apologizing constantly, but life happens.
I think I even put you on blast on stream. I was like, why don't you make any more videos? It's so great. You have the best hair in the XJW community. Come on now.
The best what?
Hair, of course.
Oh, I thought that was Jake, actually.
No. I mean, also he wears bread shirts, so come on.
Oh, he's wearing a shirt.
I'm wearing. Listen, is it flesh or is it bread? Okay, guys, it can't be both.
You guys make up your god darn mind.
This shirt means my body. Wear it every year.
That sounds like it's something between you and your wife. I'm gonna go grab some more water, but I'll
go grab some more special water.
Yeah, that's
and some old like gross fruit to throw in there. Alejandro Guerrero says top Spanish apostates entering Zooms right now on YouTube. Whoa, okay.
Now, what makes someone a top Spanish apostate?
Yeah.
Si
what
tal
is
vez
the...
debemos continuar en español.
Oh my goodness. You have just escalated in my...
Wait, I missed it.
You're my favorite. Do you want to do a podcast?
Tenemos que hablar como Antonio Banderas.
Oh, so you're quite fluent.
So cool.
No, I actually am not fluent. I was in Spanish for a little while, but that's the problem is I have theocratic language in my brain, so I could give a public talk in Spanish, but to have me have a normal conversation with someone, I'm like, ¿cómo?
Yeah, I'm the same way. Like, Nuestro Padre en los cielos. Like I could give a Spanish prayer.
Yeah.
Although I have a funny story about that after I let Echo out of the room. He's done receiving scratchies.
Do you know, it'd be really funny if I just have to go now as well. Just leave. And see you later.
Then I might just have to kind of.
I'm very jealous. That sounds very cool.
Hey,
I don't.
When is your next video coming out? You should.
No one is.
Are you guys focusing on the
no
other project?
It's all my fault. It's just this is why. Long story, but basically, I thought, when I'm at uni, so I'll just focus on that, get my coursework in on time, and then I think I've got like 3 or 4 more weeks, and then it's over for the year. So I've got like 2 months of free time where I'm chugging them out. I've actually started recording, so I'll finished editing a couple. So so over the summer, and then I'll go back into hiding for my next year of uni.
Gotcha. Yeah, I just got some. Like I said, I've got my equipment back up again because I basically lost access to all of my stuff a while back. And then I was talking to a few other guys. I got some tips on things from some fellow friends of this crew here. So I'll be back on track relatively soon.
Nice.
Very nice. Very nice, brothers. We appreciate that.
Very nice, brothers. That is so encouraging.
Wally's got a good witness voice.
Yeah, I agree.
I need to work on that. The kind of like the generic Jehovah's Witness voice. We warmly welcome you. That just kind of like the tone that everybody would adopt when they're assigned to be the chairman at an assembly.
It gives me a headache. Just like even
suddenly everyone's like,
I was so disappointed.
Spine.
I was so disappointed the first time that I was ever a chairman at an assembly because I always complained about how robotic and ridiculous that the chairman sounds until of course I was a chairman, and then they tell you, oh yeah, you have to read this word for word, you don't have a choice. And I'm like, oh, are you kidding me? Thank you, Jehovah, for this spiritual bounty. And I'm like, oh my goodness, this is ridiculous.
There's no way to make it sound good.
Yeah.
How am I supposed to say the sentence? Spiritual bounty.
This bountiful harvest of spiritual food. Next, we have a symposium given to you by brother. Insert brother's name. Oh, sorry.
Each speaker will introduce
That
the
was
next.
Each speaker.
Oh, yeah, that was a good one. Classic. So I don't have to come back out here and embarrass myself.
Brother Brown, you have our attention.
Undivided attention. You have our undivided attention.
We will pay special attention to the following discourse.
And then that
I'm
it
very
also made
sorry.
me-
I got this chair that swivels now, and because I'm so like antsy and I'm always moving, it's just been the worst decision ever. So if it bothers anyone, I can go get my old chair.
Well,
But
Not at all.
anyway,
I'm doing the same thing.
I'm like the most fidgety person in the whole
No,
world. Like,
we're
I
all doing it.
can't-
It's fine.
No, mine's extra bad because
Anyway.
I've got the blur thing going because I've got a bit of a disaster behind me. So it just it kind of comes and goes.
I saw the blur effect. I was like, is it green screen or I don't know what's exactly happening here, but I'll just not say anything. But you brought it up, so now I can.
Well,
Okay.
speaking of the chairman stuff like that, what really confused me is, for years we were told, don't use your titles in the organization or your privileges as a title, whatever. And then what was it,
That's
8-10
true.
years ago, they started
Yep.
going at this brother's been an elder for so many years, a pioneer. And I
Yep.
was like, why are they
Very
doing this
good.
now?
That's so interesting. Yeah.
Yeah.
When did
That
that start?
bothered me too.
Because it wasn't
want-
always like that.
At least
they used to
maybe 10
not
years
do it
ago.
at all. And yeah,
Yeah, it was
think
like I
your
would say like
timeline's about right.
2005 or somewhere, like maybe in that zone. I remember like probably being like kind of aware of what's going on at meetings when they started doing it, and it actually
Yeah.
caught my attention sufficiently. So I must have been at least like 17, 15.
And I
something like
think
that.
it's because they wanted to be like, we are pleased to announce governing body member David Spillane. Like they
Who
wanted to be able
served
to
on
say
the
their own
governing
title.
body since.
Yes. Giving like a full bio. Okay. I need to find my favorite example of awkward wording in a magazine because it's just like a
That
meme
sounds fabulous.
that was
I
even like
awkward wording.
it was my favorite thing, and it became a meme like
I haven't even
within
seen
just
this.
like witness
I'm
friends
I'm
because it was
excited
just
now.
fun to say. I don't know if you guys have anything like that like sticks out to you, like spiritual bounty. That's what made me think of this. So while I'm looking this up, feel free to say a word.
Say something.
I've been horrible
That's
at
when
keeping up
you
with the
just
chat.
bully chat
sometimes.
and tell them to do something.
Chat.
Do something.
Is chat even being read? Listen,
Oh my!
listen.
Perfect. That was good timing.
There's only 4 of us, okay? We can't all we can't just assign one of us to look at chat. That sounds hard. Okay, amazing. I found it and I'm gonna share it. It was
See, Eve got the assignment. She said something. At least one person is there.
there you go. Thanks
job,
for
Eve.
that. This really struck me, and it's bold words, those. So it's
Bold word. That's actually really funny. I've never.
they're quoting
I
like
don't remember
in a
this.
petition for clemency addressed to the President of the United States, they wrote, bold words, those. Clearly, the brothers had no intention of compromising. It must have
That's a
been
good one.
some sort of Englishman. Ben was thought, this is normal wording. This makes sense. We say this every day.
Yeah, I go into Audi and I'm like, bold words, those. Where are the chips?
Fine prices, those, with can of beans.
Splendid discount with my coupon. That's pretty
Duchess of
funny.
Queensberry rules, then, in it, I say. Yeah, that's a very
good one.
yeah. And I just put it in quotes, and it came up one time. Had one result for bold words. Those it's so we still say that, and like anytime the word bold came up, just like bold words. Those
Like one of my favorite like JW-ism is "Aren't we glad?" I think people would say it like in talks. They say it all the time in the broadcasting, but it's like, "Aren't we glad?" Insert whatever the fuck it might. Oh, sorry, whatever the hell it might be. God, nah.
oh no, you say whatever words.
Just
Bold
I'm
words,
so
those.
mad. Bold words, those. But no, aren't we glad is one of my least favorite expressions. And I think even when people say it in just my normal life now, I get like triggered. I'm like,
We're not glad.
don't tell me why I'm glad. I'm angry. I'm bitter.
Yeah, but they always also like avoid contractions. So like I would always be like, "Are we not glad?"
Oh yeah, that's true. Are
It's
we not
undignified. A
glad?
contraction.
There, dear brothers and sisters.
Although
we
I
not
only recall
appreciate-
hearing those in convention talks because those are the ones where they were intentionally trying to get claps, which drove me insane. And I would intentionally not clap when someone did you just want people to clap at whatever you're going to say. So that's how they would end the sentence.
And we appreciate this from Jehovah. And everyone's like, yeah.
I like the moment when someone does that, but they don't get the clap immediately.
Yeah,
And there's like
yeah.
that 3-second just void of space. Like if everyone wants to know like what is the meaning of nothing, it's actually that moment right there. That is the
Yeah, and everyone's just
definition of
like,
nothing.
You didn't crush it, bro.
Or
We're not giving it up for that.
Or you get like the two people in the entire audience that start the clap
Oh,
and it
yeah.
doesn't pick up.
It's like
But it's so interesting that you kind of tie your spirituality to your ability to clap. Like if everyone's clapping and you're not clapping, that's wrong. Like you should be clapping. Do you know what I mean? Like
I would
it's
be
seen as,
standoffish about it. I'm like,
and
I would be like, no, I'm not going to clap for that.
yeah, which is like the wrong.
that's
spirit.
actually me too. I'm
I
like,
would do that. I'm
I
like,
don't have to
no,
clap
no,
at that.
no,
I'm not a
everybody
seal.
know.
yeah, I'm making a point here. God damn it!
I would
Yeah,
stand up and I'd
exactly.
say, stop it, stop, everybody stop.
No.
clapping. Don't enable this thing he's
Don't
doing.
enable this bad behavior.
Patrick,
Hey, Patrick.
wow.
Oh, it's Patrick. I know. Well, somewhat know Patrick.
I know Patrick, too.
aren't we all
I think
happy?
we
to
had a
be
meal
so
at one
muted
point in
today?
time
Ooh,
that I was like an hour and a half late to.
this is good. This is a tough one. The never-ending claps when the baptism candidates are walking to the pool.
That is the silliest tradition of all time. Like it never ends, and like we would have it at the Tacoma Dome, which is a fairly big venue. It holds like I don't know, like over 10,000 people. So I mean, it's not like Wembley Stadium or anything like that, but it's pretty big. Anyway,
Yeah.
but no, the clapping would go on for freaking like 7 minutes straight, and I'm like, I just want to eat my tuna sandwich, honestly.
Yeah.
Like,
You're like clapping your sandwich like while you're eating it.
like, yeah, it's.
I would
Oh,
always
really
like. My grandfather would like smack his songbook against his leg when he got bored, and I thought that was such a dope move. And he's just like, you're not gonna catch me clapping for that long. But that was tough, and I feel like there was like an understanding. It's like, okay, our section kind of stopped clapping, so that section can pick it up for a while, but now we gotta pick it up again. Yeah,
this weird
Yeah,
metaverse.
and then everyone
of,
gets
like,
really
clapping.
happy when that last person walks through and the clapping suddenly picks
I know
up
it's like,
and gets
yeah,
louder.
finally.
we did it, and then you're clapping for yourself a little bit. Like we really clapped the shit out of that. That was we clapped that baptism.
We're some good clappers.
Did you ever
This
have that
reminds
weird
me.
thing at the circuit assembly where like you don't know what the queue is like of people who are getting baptized? So someone gets baptized, you clap, and then there's this awkward like, is there another person? What do we
Yes.
do
True.
here?
Yeah.
Right, because you're supposed to give another clap at the very
Yeah, and then
end.
it's like, are we doing that? And you have to kind of look
Mhm.
around and like collectively decide what's going on. I love that moment.
This was also a thing where there was
yeah.
like the symposium thing of like, don't clap after their talk. They're going to introduce the
Well,
next
that was a
speaker.
very specific time, wasn't it? Wasn't there a Kingdom Ministry like
Well,
a
I think
question
that was
from
in the-
readers?
Yeah, I think that was in the Kingdom Hall is what she's talking about here.
Oh, in the
Or
Kingdom
who-
Hall. Yeah,
Or
yeah.
whoever ostentatious is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Whoever that person
Good
is.
job.
Oh, wait, no, she's talking. Eve is talking to ostentatious. So, yes. You were right on clapping.
Oh,
I thought you were right.
that's right. Okay. Yes. I thought you were
Is
lying
it,
if you were
is it
moved to.
appropriate to clap if someone gets reinstated? You have that whole Kingdom ministry.
If the spirit moves you, if people like the person and care, then yeah. But don't go out of your way. It's not that great that they got reinstated
they should
because they shouldn't have
replace
been disfellowshipped.
They should replace the clapping with bold words, those. Everyone just says it collectively, like they wait for like 30 seconds. Bold words, those.
Well, speaking of like baptism stuff, that it makes me like kind of laugh, and I'm a bit sad for them too. Ben, did you ever do any baptizing?
No.
So I
What
had
did
to
you
do.
do?
I had to do that for.
Oh, are
I
we
did
bullying-
that for-
okay,
I
we're not
shipped
bullying
your
Jake
damn
anymore.
memorial tracks, okay?
Okay, he's the reason we have the memorial.
I had to unbind those to get 20 in there. God damn it.
Jake flipping ordering 149 or something to come.
He's being a little shit. Okay, I'll order 169 of these.
Every time I'd be like, I hate this literature servant.
sorry, I derailed us.
Oh no, what? I kind of feel sad for that because I was a baptizer for like a couple of years, and it makes me think now. I know there are people that I really love them. That I don't know what they've done with me in their baptism pictures now that they have like an apostate elder that was the one that was baptizing them. Of course, I wasn't apostate at the time, but now I'm like I'm curious as to what they've done. Do I have like the devil horns painted on, or have been cut out, or what happened?
I can speak to that because I am convinced that my baptism pool was tarnished, and it's like Final Destination, and I was like the last one to finally get killed off at the end because like everybody that got baptized with me got disfellowshipped and completely fell away from the religion, and
Like a lot of
including the
friends that you
elder
had?
that baptized me. He was like caught like cheating on his wife, and it was a huge like nightmare. So you got disfellowship. The guy that baptized me and like my friends who got baptized with me that day also like all got disfellowship. So I should have known the water was tainted. So you might want to think about that, Matt. You might have tainted the baptism waters.
I very well could have. I was a full-on believer though.
I don't think
That's true, at the
anyone
time.
like photoshopped you out of their picture because I mean you probably had like a white T-shirt that was wet, so I'm sure they were like, "Oh, I'll keep this guy around."
Oh,
Hey,
not a
Hey,
the scrawny little white boys are not the flavor of the month. By the time I was doing it, they had made us go to black shirts. So,
oh, really?
yes, because they didn't want to see your like nips, basically.
Yeah, 'cause-
And basically, it's like
yeah.
we don't want to
He's
be
not
reminded.
a mammal.
Yeah, we don't want to be reminded of what human skin looks like.
I was
Disgusting.
surprised in Germany they did it topless, and I was like, what the flip is happening? What is
That sounds
the
hot.
baptism?
Just like tits hanging out.
No, as in not the women, obviously, but
It's just like
I was so surprised. I was
fun.
like, then I realized I was at the wrong assembly hall.
Yeah.
I've been to
Why
a
is
few,
everyone
like,
topless?
nudist convention?
Why
I've
is
been to
everyone
some
wearing
nude
their
spas
red
in
shirts?
Europe, and they're pretty great. But man, I didn't know that it filtered over to the Jehovah's Witnesses. That's pretty cool.
This reminds
My
me of
ex-wife-
the
go
the
ahead.
waking nightmare that happened during my baptism, which was my mom like put together like my swim trunks and stuff in a little bag, and so I assumed that there was a shirt in there as well, but there wasn't.
Hold
And
on.
as I was
My mom put together a little baggie.
My
and she
mommy.
made sure I had my shirt.
She
Like
didn't
you
make
did
sure I had my
every time
shirt.
I got baptized.
I just assumed, and like I was like, they were like in the front row, and like everyone's clapping as I'm walking by, and I'm looking at her like, why I don't have a shirt? So like I go up to an attendant, and I'm like, I don't have a shirt for my baptism, and they're like, hang on, we'll get you a shirt. And I don't know how, but they produced a very large shirt. I was a tiny, scrawny boy, and I had the biggest shirt on, but it all worked out in the end. But that was like an actual, yeah, this was like just a couple years ago. I was like, Mommy, where's my shirt?
You didn't.
But no, that was like an actual nightmare. And I just don't know why. I just like assumed, I was like, why would you put only some of the stuff I need in a bag and just assume that I would like check your work? I don't know. We don't talk
She's
anymore.
preparing you for a career in editing.
That's right. It's her fault.
Yes, that's why we're here.
That's right. That was the impression of the baptism. Hang on.
I was wondering why you went full like Robert Pattinson, like Christian
We'll get you
Bale
a
on
shirt.
us. We'll get you a shirt.
I'm perfectly fine to talk like that for the rest of the stream.
I hate
Guess
this
it
goddamn
is.
pool.
Wally, Matt,
Yeah.
Ben.
Where were the other drugs going?
Where were the other shirts?
This shows that this city is full of people willing to do good.
I'm Gotham's reckoning. Do we want to do the rest of the stream as Bane?
Oh, that's awesome.
Oh, I miss doing Bane voice. Why did you guys remind me? I wish the Riddler had a funnier voice in the new movie so we could impersonate him.
I really like the Riddler in the new one, though. Sorry if I'm
He was
gonna
great.
get us derailed. I just thought his character was dynamic, so
No,
that's
he was
what I
great.
look for in film.
He
Something
just didn't go for a
interesting.
big funny voice like Bane.
Yeah,
Or even the Scarecrow going like, the Batman.
yeah.
You can impersonate that a little bit.
Oh wait, I forget his Killian, whatever his name is. He's a
Cillian
really good
Murphy,
actor. Yeah, he's a really good
star
actor.
of Oppenheimer in theaters this fall.
Oppenheimer, like J. Robert.
Yep. That's
He would
Christopher
actually
Nolan's
make a.
next film.
Oh, is it? I didn't know. Sorry, I'm
Yeah.
a Christopher Nolan person, and I'm a fan of J. Robert Oppenheimer as well.
Very nice.
Because I like old white dudes that kind of had
Make
some
bombs?
sort of. Yes.
I love bombs.
Exactly.
I love when they blow up.
And I love
Love
the Bhagavad
atrocities.
Gita and the Upanishads. I'm a
Wow.
well-rounded individual.
Well, this is a good reminder that we do have a nerd corner in our podcast. You'll know exactly how old our podcast is because me and Ben talked about the trailer for the Batman. We recorded it that long ago. So like I included it at the very end, like after the like ending music, but it's funny. If we recorded this,
Wait,
like,
you guys have a podcast coming out? For the
oh,
100
wait a
people
minute,
that didn't
guys.
catch the
If
intro?
you're just joining us. Segundo escuela. That's how I
I'm
talk. in
shilling for
Spanish.
you.
Ben, have you dropped our info in the chat, by the way?
Yes, Your Highness. It is happening as I copy and paste.
You typed up that note you were all proud of.
Oh yeah, I know, but it's not formatting nicely. I got it. I got this.
We shall
Boom.
bold podcasts, those. But yes.
In the tale of Thutton
This has been
Podcast.
good. Now, I did have a couple things to fall back on in case there was any dead air, which of course we haven't had. But one thing I wrote down, there was somebody posted this on Reddit the other day that I hadn't thought about, which was like just kind of breaking down some of the things that are wrong with the way the witnesses cover the memorial. And they brought up some things I actually hadn't thought about, which is the fact that, you know, witnesses say that only anointed ones are able to partake of the emblems, but none of the disciples were anointed when the Passover happened, because that didn't happen till after Jesus died. So explain that, Gary T. Watchtower.
Okay, we got to carry for a second, guys. Come on.
Yeah.
We're doing a carry job. I know. We gotta wake up.
I'm trying to think of what my typical apologetics for that one would have been, and I just know
Yeah.
the typical line would be like, "Oh, they were the ones that stuck with him in his trial." So this was a personal conversation between him and them. So the fact that it got applied to the anointed, you know, that was just something that happened after the fact, so that's still valid and it's not a legit question.
Oh my goodness, you came up with that so quick, and I am so impressed.
Witness apologetics are one of like the more fascinating things to me. But I think Matt, I mean, just even in our brief conversation we had, I think on Jexit's channel, I think you're really fast at like putting back on your witness hat and remembering like exactly what it is to like think like a witness. So
Well,
I think it's an invaluable service to the community because you're a perfect antagonist.
I'm not great at it, but the problem is that's partly what woke me up was doing all the research for questions like that of putting all that together. And so, you know, all the, like I had a guy on the, you know, send me a comment the other day that said something along the lines of like, I guarantee that you've never read the Bible from start to finish. And I'm like, yeah, I've done it multiple times. Thank you very much. And I'm like, I read it through enough that every time I got to all the horrible bits in the Bible, I had looked up all of like the apologetics for, oh, why did this concubine die and get her body parts cut up and sent to other parts?
Ooh,
of the,
Judges 19.
You know,
That's one of my favorite chapters in the whole Bible.
So, or you know, why would Lot have his
Old words.
daughters? Why would he offering them out? And so it's like, okay, I've come across these horrible things so often now. I just have to memorize what's going to happen because I know at some point someone at the door is going to point this out to me, or a publisher is going to come up, and so they kind of stick in my brain, and they're all questions I ask myself. So that one would be one that about the sometimes Spanish word still ungidos, anointed. Do you still struggle with that, Jake, of having like, I still have some theocratic Spanish words. I cannot think of the English version of it, and the Spanish one comes to my head first. Like forever, it took me forever to think of like what a householder was in English, because I kept saying ayudante. Like
Ayudante. I know, that's a great one. It sounds so much better than householder.
Yeah, much more fancy.
Los cielos. I think of cielos instead of heavens. I didn't talk about the heavens a lot. I'm an earth
More
boy.
about the hells.
Yeah, I talked about the hells. Ain't about those heavens, I'm about
now.
the hells, bro.
Yeah.
I went out in the ministry and I talked a lot about hell, I have to say. I told everybody they're going to hell. And I don't know why it didn't work out for me. But yeah, no, that's interesting. There's not, this is Wally, you mentioned witness apologetics. There just isn't that so much, though, like in the sense where like there are Mormon YouTube channels of like, you know, some weird Mormon couple that'll do apologetics basically, or like there are Christian apologetic channels that exist. And you know, witnesses don't have that. They don't have any, like, it would just be so discouraged in the culture that no one would even think to do that, except for the one guy that does it, who's totally weird and mean and sent me a death threat recently. So
Nice.
yeah, it's pretty chill. Do you think that's something that would like, I don't know, like, is that something that Watchtower like should do? Like, should they get more involved in like taking control of their image in that way, or are they better off not?
I think that they would absolutely benefit from like some sort of PR team, because I think the governing body and the governing body helpers are so absolute shit at maintaining a very particular image that they're attempting, and they do it in the cringiest ways. I mean, just like the new broadcasting. Why, if you had a PR team, there's no flying flock of seagulls chance in the world that you would ever talk about Malawi, because you know you're just going to get flamed.
Yes,
it's the most distasteful, like dishonorable, gross thing. And you would have to have a PR manager that would say, no, you don't want to do this. I promise you, there's nothing to gain from talking about Malawi. Yeah, and I think they would benefit from a PR manager. I personally, but I mean, they'll never do it because of obviously they think God is talking to them. So once you reach that sort of mental, I don't want to say gymnastics because it's overused, but that mental, I'll just say it because I already did. But yeah, once you reach that level, what the hell do you do?
Yeah,
and they assume
there's
that
almost
the
no
audience,
coming back from it.
Yeah, the people listening to it, though, in their minds, it's their captive audience who are going to buy whatever they tell them anyway. So that PR aspect to it isn't as important as it would be if they knew that there were tons of non-JWs, you know, watching it.
But they know there's non-JWs watching it. They're fully aware of what we do. I mean, the elders came to me about my channel with like 5,000 subscribers. I mean, and they talked to me about it. Still won't disfellowship me, by the way. Elders, if you're watching this, I'm willing to have that debate anytime. You can answer my questions. I'm here. I'm ready.
Bet you wouldn't debate them on stream, elders.
I bet you wouldn't.
Debate me, bro. You know, that's interesting, though.
Go ahead.
Oh, no, go ahead.
Yeah, I think that if they had some modicum of nuance to their approach to their image and how they're perceived on the internet, which, I mean, they're at the bare minimum aware of XJWs, because like whenever they come out with the questions from readers articles, it's because a sufficient amount of people are writing in about a particular subject. So I don't see why they wouldn't want to try and improve that image just at least a little bit, but I guess they're just lost in the Tony Morris sauce.
Ben, you had a look of disgust on your face that entire
Yes.
time.
I'm so sorry. I was focusing.
I know. Thought I was offending you. I was like,
so
man, I'm gonna
sorry.
have to apologize. Like, I'll kiss you on the lips if you need me to.
In all honesty, I just completely forgot that I was on a live stream. I was like, that's interesting. Let me look this up. No, it's because you mentioned about broadcasting, and I don't watch any of that nonsense if I can get away with it. But how do I say this? I don't. But you mentioned it, and so I just looked up and was looking if there was anything special about that video, if it was requested by anyone specifically, by certain means.
Because you worked in the video department.
Exactly.
You still have some documents about stuff that you look up, and you try and kind of chase clout and make yourself look cool by referencing that.
Did you know Did you know anyone on the Patterson side of it in the audio video department? Did you ever know Shama Klein?
No.
Oh, he's been there since he was 19. I think he's like a 40-year Bethelite, but he's one of the overseers of the audio video production team and all that. Anyway, it's my cousin.
Oh, very nice.
That doesn't matter.
Sorry. Yeah, I wish I could.
Hey, cool. Hey, this guy I've never heard of works in a department that we don't care about.
Oh, he's got a cousin. Okay.
Oh my god, this is content right here. God damn it.
But yeah, it was just a normal video that was requested by the teaching committee, which is kind of boring. I was hoping that something interesting would happen. But yeah, you're right. I think, in fact, the opposite. I think you're wrong. I think that I don't think they're ever gonna, which is what you said, they're never gonna have a PR. What do I mean? I mean, kind of what Matt's saying, that I think they know that their target market is just so in their hand that it doesn't matter what they say. They could literally be like, yeah, so like the UN, that's really bad, and we would never want any, and no one's gonna think, hey, well, that's a bit odd, or they can kind of say whatever they want.
That's interesting though, because I don't know, I like to listen to ex-Mormon podcasts and stuff, and they the members have such a broader understanding of what the criticisms are. They don't know everything. Not everybody knows about this CES letter and all that stuff, but it does seem like a lot of Mormons know some of the talking points, and the leadership is always working on ways to counteract that stuff. And I don't know why it is that, other than the fact they've been around for longer, I don't know why they're so much more accepting of I don't know, videos and blogs and stuff. I think it might have to do with the fact that Mormons, they're able to go to school and they're able to vote, and the church wants to ingrain itself in politics, Boy Scouts, stuff like that. It's not a no part of this world thing totally in that way. And maybe just because it's so insular in the JW community. It's just, they don't even think about doing that.
Yeah, I agree.
There's such a fascination or intense campaign to silence anything that's not Watchtower. Watchtower is the end all be all, so they're probably less willing to have any of that other content or even acknowledge that it even exists. I honestly feel like no matter what happens, the governing body, I mean, just look at the CSA cases. They just absolutely refuse to acknowledge they ever did anything wrong. So maybe there's a different sort of dynamic when it comes to Mormons and being slightly more open and stuff. But I don't ever see Jehovah's Witnesses being open in any way, shape, or form to acknowledge, address, or try and debate critics or criticism in any way.
Yeah, and the comment that you just posted up, if that's the same Robert Hendricks that I'm thinking of, who Larchwood's been posting up a lot of his news PR stuff, and all that stuff is just absolutely nuts. And man, I don't know what these guys are thinking, as far as you could ask any witness and it shows the stuff is just straight up misleading, and just total fluff pieces.
Yeah, I discovered something insane. Do you guys remember like Robert Hendricks went on a weird like Facebook podcast type thing last year? He did. I've got the video. We could pull it up. It's kind of bizarre. He went
I like
on
bizarre.
something called Black Press USA, and it's like specifically like a Black Christian podcast. And yeah, it's kind of weird. Let me share my screen. I don't know unless we don't want to go down.
No,
this road.
I'm down. I'm gonna go take a little tinkle break though.
That's a good idea.
Same boat.
Yeah. So everyone in
let's-
chat, if you need to
let's
stretch your
cycle
legs,
out.
might be a good time. Get some water.
Let's-
Tinkle break.
Let's strategically pace out our tinkle break. Sounds like it's just me and Matt for now. Or
Yeah, I'm dipping. So okay.
yeah. You go ahead. Yeah. I understand. I understand the concept.
This is the cross stream. Me and Ben are cross stream. And then we'll cross stream all together. I'm leaving now forever. Bye.
Truly a live stream. Kim Silvio here. Famous celebrity. Just been hitting all the live streams lately.
Who just loves herself some Jake.
This is the middle song. I love that, Cam. That's right. This is the middle song. This is but it actually is not. It's like, how long have we been going on this thing?
An hour and a half, give or
Hour
take.
and a half. Okay. This is like that annoying song that's before the last talk in the convention. You're like, why are we singing a song just to like sing another one in 45 minutes? That's it. That's that song. That's where we're at. Well, good to see you, Kim. You've had quite a whirlwind the last couple days. Let me pull up this video and I'll share my screen. And we'll see if this is anything worth watching or not. I remember it just being very bizarre. And I don't even remember the context of what this is.
Is this the Hendrix video? Oh,
this
okay.
is the Hendrix video. And let's find... Oh, okay. Are we just starting out with him, basically? We can at least figure this out.
I have definitely not seen this.
Publishers Association's Fire
Can you hear this on your end?
Fireside Chat of the Black Press of America. Before we get to our special guest today, just a news update for our viewers. The trial of Travis and Greg McMichael and William
How many
Rowdy
subs do
Bryant-
they have? I'm just curious how big of a platform this is. Wait, why don't I see it?
Yeah, usually you'd find it.
Do they have it like hidden or something?
I don't know.
Okay, not a huge thing. It
Okay,
was on
yeah.
Facebook though. Like it was on. I think they primarily streamed to Facebook, and that's the.
I mean, there's no chance that this was like pieced together by someone and faked, was it?
No, because I watched it when it was happening live, and like, it was on Facebook,
Brian,
and this
is
has
now-
80,000 views.
Wow.
So because I think it made the rounds on like Witness Facebook because it was safe to watch because this is Watchtower representative, and it's
This whole
puff piece.
He's not being interviewed for the solid 50 minutes, is he?
I think he is actually. I mean, look at this. He's there
Wow.
for the whole time. Kind of crazy.
Man, that's a lot of trust that they placed in him. If they allow him to just be interviewed for that long and he can't stick to a script.
Oh my! Look at these, and see, like, look, the witnesses found this video because it's all like, this was an outstanding interview, and it well magnified Jehovah's name and his people. I know it's a woman that posted it, but that's the only JW voice I can do. This is the best family to be a part of. Praise Jehovah. Awesome job in delivery, bro, Kendrick. Yeah, weird.
So here's a question that this is kind of fairly new, right? That they've started doing this last 5 years.
Oh yeah, maybe even the last 1 year.
And like very specifically just the United States, as far as I'm aware.
Must
Do you
be.
think this becomes a worldwide thing and you have people doing kind of small news interviews if they can control the narrative? And
I'll bet this was a pilot program of sorts.
you think?
I'm gonna go bathroom real quick. Bye.
Bye.
Well, actually,
Here, I'll
I can
stop
go-
sharing this so people
Now-
can see your lovely faces.
Now we can keep that cross stream idea going.
Oh man.
Oh,
Okay, now
excellent.
he's leaving.
Oh,
Well, I just walked in, so I have no idea. There's zero context, so
that's
I'll just
what,
talk
we
to
just
you
talk
then.
about something else. Yeah.
yeah, it's fine. Whatever they were talking about was crap anyway. So may
Yeah.
as well
And the
just
viewers
carry
just
on.
doubled, I think, as soon as they left.
Yeah, tripled. In fact, we have
Wow,
now.
we have
Wow,
confirmation.
we have $1,000 of donations all of a sudden that they left. It's crazy, guys.
Insane.
Oh my goodness. So how long have you been out? I'm like, I gotta be completely
Sep-
honest. I'm like the worst like ex-JW. I don't keep up with like
I'm-
other stuff.
Very glad you say that because I don't know anything about you either.
Perfect. Like, who the hell are you?
I left.
It must make it super awkward to hear me talking about dressing up as a woman and doing a video on the memorial bread. So
Nah,
know.
you talk to Jake long enough, you hear everything. It's...
Anyway.
I left in September, just gone.
Oh, really?
Yeah, literally
Oh my-
from Bethel to Brighton. Yeah,
Wow.
which is where I live. Yeah.
Yeah, that's pretty huge, man.
Thanks. Yeah. I literally
And-
sorry, go on.
Oh no, just like what was it?
No, I just literally this week, my therapist was like, "You don't need therapy anymore. You're all good." And I was like, "Thanks, I made it.
I'm a full.
I'm a real
full human
boy
being now.
Yeah.
I'm a real boy.
Uh,
Well, that's pretty
no
cool,
one
man.
can hear you, Jake, but I think that's
It's okay.
probably
It's
for the
probably
best.
better. We're
Hello.
gaining viewers by the minute ever since
Mhm.
you guys left.
Oh, and they
And
seem to
we
be
had a-
dropping off. What's
That
Oh,
what's
no.
is
You
demonstrably
came
not
back?
true.
Someone just they rescinded their $1,000 donation.
Yeah.
Oh no!
Ever
They
since you
control
came
Z to
back.
their donation.
They really did. Nope.
Tony Morris on Rogan. I mean, come on. Not a Rogan fan. That would be incredible. That would be incredible.
It
Tony
was
Morris,
really good advice, especially medical.
yeah, that guy, he's basically a doctor when you think about it. Now,
Honestly, hey, it's mentally diseased.
whoa.
Where's that guy? He needs to jump on.
I was about to say.
I
Now,
watched-
I will say, I think we're at a point where we're going to have to start fighting for survival. Because I think with my non-premium subscription to StreamYard, there can only be 4 people on at a time. So, Germ, if you want to hop on, please do. But you will have to vote off
Me.
weakest link, and it can't be
Specifically.
me because I'm running the stream.
Oh, I'm probably the most boring person that's on here, so feel free to vote me
Oh,
off, and I might have
that
to
is
actually.
Just
I might have to-
objectively not true. That's
Simply not
100% me.
true.
I'm the guy that like
It's-
dances around in his chair and has a cat. That's my shtick.
Well, we're all dancing in
I'm
our
the first.
chairs.
I'm the first voted off the island, guys. Come on, let's all be honest with each other.
Simply not true. Okay, and Sher's comment, by the way, is because his stream famously
Stream.
people were having some bathroom break problems, I recall. I don't know. I wasn't there. I couldn't. I was at the memorial. At the memorial. Now let's see. Do we want to?
That was actually a title of one when I looked at the thumbnail or got the notification this morning. I was like, oh, that was the one I did last year. Was the JW meme Oreo? I'm like,
Wait, was it really?
it really was. I was like,
Oh,
we
no.
think actually like scarily similar. It's annoying to
Oh
a point.
no. Okay, I will definitely change it then. I'm so sorry.
There's
Oh,
some
why- don't
litigation
apologize.
happening.
Oh, okay, look.
Streamorial.
Stream Oreo. Ooh, that's pretty good.
We're getting so far away from the actual word.
That's okay.
Robert,
As long as people are here and having fun, hanging out, that's all that really matters at the end of the day, right?
what
and
is
ZZ's here.
this? I think we have something to talk about. I
Yes.
found something, and it is, I think, also from this Black Press USA. Okay, it's him talking about the memorial, like hyping it up. And very correct takes from XJW Caleb. Man has the biceps and sexy Spanish accent. He can't leave. It's true. It's true.
That is actually not true. I can assure you.
It's just like,
He's like, which way is my bathroom?
I do the like the cartoon thing where if I flex, my arm like droops down.
The full Looney Tunes style.
Yeah, just like a noodle, limp noodle situation. Okay, I'm gonna share my screen once again, and it's also a short video, so it seems like this might be a more fruitful avenue to go down. Because Ben loves. Wait, no, it's actually not short at all. It's 33 minutes.
We're professional. We're professional. Don't worry.
So this is Robert Hendricks' favorite channel.
Well, 30 minutes is a piece of cake for Wally. I mean, he's got like 5.5 hour streams going.
Yeah.
I know, but if you watch my streams, I'm gone for half of them. I'm like, I gotta go make some food. That's all. I'll have some guests. Like the first time I did it, I just left. Like, and it's just like a chair stream for 10 minutes.
That's amazing. All right, let's see.
I'm in
what
caveman
is this?
stage.
What's this garbage?
Will. Let's introduce the U.S. spokesperson for the Jehovah's Witnesses, Robert Hendricks. Good morning, Robert Hendricks.
Good morning, Stacy. Thanks for having me.
Robert.
Thanks for being here.
Dead eyes.
As I said at the top, and we've seen.
Did you see his eyes get so big?
Those look like those fake glasses.
They do. Yeah, it looks like they're like drawn on to the outside of them. His eyes went like. Okay, sorry, that was not important.
Videos everywhere, the smiles, the hugs. I'm gonna start there. What was it like to be back in in-person meetings?
What is this?
For me, I had the privilege of being down with my parents in Florida, and to give the first in-person talk at their meeting was a great pleasure and a privilege for me, and to experience with them
because he finally got to leave Bethel.
Of being there was really a sense of joy that we are in a different place now. We feel like we're moving ahead.
Have a latex fetish.
This free manual labor. Look at the joy.
With a special talk, special lecture that's really global. And also our memorial,
a special
memorial
lecture
death, which is coming
that's
up.
really global. I don't think I've ever heard them characterize the special talk as a lecture.
Yeah, they never actually do use that word, do they?
That's weird. Yeah, I mean, I guess that would make more sense. Talk is kind of. I mean, people say talk. I don't know.
Where did it say that
it goes either way?
The guy that's the interviewer, who? Where is this located?
Where is it located?
Like this is obviously in the U.S. somewhere, isn't it? If it was his thing.
Oh yeah, I don't know. Also, this guy's background is just
I love that virtual. Yeah.
Wow, he's really going all out.
Almost as good as my blur.
Somebody almost
not as good as your blur. Come on, your blur.
Somebody look up this channel, by the way, while we're on here. They have a
10 subscribers.
Damn.
That's oh my days.
But I mean, look at their engagement. It's incredible.
Well, what is that? Who has that great hair and has 508,000 views on a video?
I know. I was honestly mesmerized by this. Look at this.
Wow. I think we should click on it and subscribe to the channel.
Wait a minute. What is this? He's talking to some young lady.
News now. Today joining us is Robert Hendricks, U.S. spokesperson.
What is this? The news?
Jehovah's Witnesses.
Wait, what? No, what? Like in the actual is this?
This is CBS News, and this was posted 2020. So this is a little older.
I like when
this is crazy.
And we call it older.
At the beginning of the month,
this is old
the
as
start
hell.
of a global campaign by Jehovah's Witnesses to distribute electronically and by mail a special edition magazine titled "What Is God's Kingdom?"
Look at
Can
this.
you tell us a little bit about it?
Weird dead.
Sure, Rocky. First of all, thanks for having us.
Imagine having
really
a weird
appreciate it.
background.
You know, this comes at
disgusting.
the perfect time because so many people are concerned about government. They're
The
concerned
morning show on
about
ABC. Look at
what's
this.
going on in their
I know.
governments, both
I know him.
locally and nationally.
Look at this great hair, and there's 31,000 views. Oh my god.
And this isn't just an issue in the United States. We are in the middle of probably one of the most controversial campaigns in our history, or certainly in my lifetime.
What?
But really, it's going on all around the world where people are wondering, how do we fix the problem?
Wait, the most controversial campaign.
I think
in
he
my life?
means. I think he means
I
the
was-
coronavirus.
What's controversial about it?
Oh.
But the virus itself?
Some people love it. Some people hate it.
People are divided. Is the virus good? Is it bad?
This is worse than a presidential race, if I'm honest. Is it real? Is it not real?
More, wait, no, I don't see. Now when we put up a super chat, though, it blocks Waldy's face. It's like a Mike Wazowski situation.
Probably better.
And
I like
Mike
that we're
Fox
such
is correct.
boomers where everyone laughs at Mike Wazowski.
Okay, but Robert really does look like some sort of AI. Like he
I
looks
think the
like
virtual background
an
is nailed.
Instagram filter of a man. Okay,
But this is
let's
the
get
thing.
into
Like
this.
he's obviously in Bethel, right? And
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
why would they just not have a really nice setup? Why?
How about the studio? How about
Yeah,
the really nice
go
studio
down
they have?
Mount Ebo? Yeah.
I don't
Sorry,
know.
I just can't get over.
Go in
he
front of this
looks like an
concrete slab.
Instagram filter as a man.
I mean,
That's pretty-
where's the
that's pretty
line?
damn funny. He
Thank
actually
you,
does, though.
folks.
For real. Oh my god.
If you like these jokes, you'll love Second School. I don't know. Okay.
You really tried.
How do we fix the issues facing us just with sickness and with economic issues?
How could
And
this be
this
real?
is the answer. We are providing the answer. It's been provided to us a long time ago through the Bible, and it's God's kingdom. And that's why this message is so powerful right now, so appropriate to people's lives. We are so glad to be able to campaign for a
Guys, as we all know, he's wearing one of those rings, and that means he's part of the Illuminati.
Oh my lord, I'm so tired of people doing this thing.
Don't we love that?
I didn't realize it was one of
Love
those
that.
channels.
Jesus fucking Christ. Okay.
government.
Can we get
God's
a
government
screen
under
with
Jesus
Ben and just him, just like side by side, just so that it gets more entertaining that way? To be completely honest.
Christ that can really do the things that it promises, really accomplish God's will for mankind.
I don't
Yes,
understand how
this
this is a
campaign was
real
initiated
thing that happens.
amid a pandemic and also in the heart
Gee,
of
this
the
looks like
election.
something
Many
I
wouldn't
would
God,
launch
do.
a campaign
That transition was so nice. Do you think they must have practiced this? Surely, because they like
yeah, I mean,
faded
this is
out
just a
and then
puff
she started
piece.
talking.
Or they're professionals.
Oh, got a little earpiece problem.
What's the news, by the way? Oh, there's an edit. They must have cut out some stuff.
An option for your ministry.
Well, back in March, as you know, you reported on it. We did suspend our public meetings at our Kingdom Halls, the use of our Kingdom Halls. We no longer
So
have
okay.
any public.
So, guys, they are doing PR, but they're going on channels with 10 to 239 subscribers.
Yeah. Presumably because they want complete control over everything.
Well, I mean, I guess this is on CBS News or some local news station.
But I mean, like, they're editing it. They must, they know what's coming. All of the questions are pre-approved. That's
This
why you
feels
can't get
surreal
anyone.
to me. Like it almost isn't. I don't even understand.
Can you imagine watching this, like when you were in? Like, I think this would just have baffled me.
32 years, I've hardly ever not had something to say. I'm speechless right now.
Boy, do we need people to say stuff on this stream, I gotta say.
No, you don't. You can just get up and go to the bathroom for 5 minutes. It's fine.
But I think I was one of those peemies that I would have seen this and been like, "Oh, that's so nice that we're getting it out there." Like I was one of those dummies that would do that. So
I think I would have too. I think I would have probably been like, "This is neat. I like that we're being more transparent and engaging with the media." But I don't know. It's so weird. And like, I don't know if you guys see on the side here, the morning show with Aaron Mitchell, and it's like some ABC show. Whoa! So loud.
That was loud as fuck.
Does not match the vibe, by the way.
Who doesn't wake up in the morning and want that music playing?
That
Make sure it
music,
didn't play
this
for more than
face.
5 seconds.
Amazing.
Is this just a rip-off of the Jennifer Aniston TV show on Apple TV Plus?
Wait,
Oh
what?
yeah, I think it is. What if Jennifer Aniston?
That was pretty scuffed.
That was tough. That was yeah.
rough.
I think that was old Arnold Palmer talking on that one. This is so strange. Huh. I'm going back
If
to
you
music.
really want to see
Okay.
something strange that's not JW related, I watched this video 2 days ago.
You
My
did?
YouTube thing is very strange, but anyway, it was this couple that they became swingers after she cheated on her husband like so many times. It is the most awkward, funny thing I've ever seen. It's really
What?
great. Anyway,
That
I
sounds
know it's wild,
awesome.
but probably not the stream for it. So I don't even know why I'm talking right now.
No, I mean, I like to know that that kind of stuff exists. I think we're all better for it. I want to skip a
The
little
best
ahead.
part of it. The best part of it was like when they're introducing, like, this is Christina, and they're like all happy and like happy music, and then they show their husband, and it's like, and this is Mark. Like, so depressing. It was hilarious. Anyway, if you
Just
guys want to
Mark.
laugh, go check it out. I'm done.
I laugh seeing this guy's face.
Well,
To be honest with you.
speaking of random videos to pop up, Wally, didn't you say there was a video in your stream yesterday that you found a response to one of Jake's videos?
Oh yeah, I
Huh?
saw that actually. It kind of wasn't a response to my video. It was
Okay,
like
I didn't actually watch it yet, so
I did, and I was like, what? And it was somebody who was like, I agreed with what he said, and I'd like to add this. And it was like, oh, weird. It was just
okay.
like, I'd like to add to this conversation. It was kind of cool, but it was weird because it made it sound like I got something to say to this guy. And it
Huh,
was
I don't
like,
even
the thing they
remember,
had to
but
say is,
That's
I
called
agree.
streaming, because you get done and you're like, what just happened for the last 5 hours?
Yeah, true. Ben, what do you got?
Well,
Welcome to
I've
the
been
podcast,
talking
everyone.
5 minutes.
Yeah, he says it's a podcast.
ladies, it's not
with-
like this normally, I promise.
with Jake and Ben. The podcast is honestly just Jake blabbering on. I just sit in silence, and then at the end I go,
no.
it's Ben and sit as well.
Ben, be honest. I think we're pretty good listeners on the show.
Yes, that's true. Off air, I ignore you, you ignore me.
Yeah,
we shout at each other. But on air, I think it's
On
it's
air,
all right.
fair and balanced,
Mm-hmm.
like the morning
We're
show.
decent, like the morning show.
With
My
Aaron
favorite
Michael
way
Stanton.
to wake up.
Wake up with a
Which is?
rave and
Who doesn't want to wake
Snapchat
up with
bronzer.
religious propaganda?
Let's
Snap.
see what's up with this guy.
11 languages, 58 sign languages, so that the entire world at one time could be united on that weekend and watch the first installment of our convention, which happened to coincide.
This sucks. I don't want to hear him talk. I want to see the comments. I want to see this. Let's do a dramatic reading of this. It's probably
you're
too
gonna
small.
read comments. And you're not gonna know where they go.
No, I saw this one. I was raised as a Jehovah's Witness, but I never really cared too much about the truth. And in 2017, I started to struggle with depression, and I stopped going to the meetings, and all my spiritual routines were gone. But earlier this year, I realized what a mistake I had made. I am going to the meetings again. I have started a Bible study. My goal is to get baptized. My mental health has never been better than what it is right now. And it's all thanks to he cannot spell Jehovah. Or maybe he's spelling it correctly in
Oh, it could be Jehovah.
slash through the O language. Whatever that is. Anyway, we love to see that. 453 likes. That's 454. Happy for him.
And it deserves it.
Yeah.
Let's be honest.
My dad just shared this with me, and I'm so thankful.
I
30
like
days of life, and I'm
comments
ready
in
to
all
want to.
caps.
Jesus.
My favorite.
Carmela. A name so nice. She's named it
Said
twice.
And a sentence so great, she had to do it in all caps. She makes sure everyone gets the point. My name is
Ben-
Carmela, and my dad just shared this with me.
I didn't realize this comment was going to be this long. I was going to have one of you guys read it. Ben, would you like to read this
what
comment
is
for
this?
us, please?
It's like the flipping book study again.
That's right. Could you read a paragraph Tante 51858 for us?
Tante 51858. I'd also like to send all my brothers and sisters across the world all my love, and hoping they all joyed the convention as I did.
They enjoyed it.
But next time you have to do it in an American accent.
Yes,
I
Ben.
cannot. I don't.
Yes,
have
no,
to
I
try.
avoided
We've
the
done our
Batman.
shit British accents.
Not with that
Except for
attitude, you
you.
can't. We'll do our best British accents, and you do your best American accent.
Yeah,
Beautiful
exactly.
interview. Wait, no, I have to do British accent.
Exactly.
Let's see.
Oh, here we go.
Beautiful interview, very encouraging. This brother did an excellent job. All praise goes to Jehovah.
Judi Dench.
Richard Dawkins.
Oh.
I don't know.
Sorry.
I thought it kind of sounded like that.
Wrong gender, or is it sex? I can't keep it straight, but I support the community.
Nice.
Little COA there. Yeah.
Now, Rachel Bragg, humble Rachel Bragg. Wally, in your best British accent, read us Rachel Bragg's comment.
Love this so much, bro. Great job, brother. Thanks you, Aaron, for doing this interview. Jehovah bless you for what you have done with this. I'm so grateful, so well cared for, even if we can't be together. I don't even know what these words are, brother, but I'm so fucking enthusiastic about it all. I just don't breathe, and that's my British accent.
That was good.
That was better.
I think
than
you had the
Jake's.
best British accent. Sorry, Ben.
Agreed. Yeah. No, I agree.
That was actual shit.
Wait, now I want to hear Matt's Southern accent
My Southern accent.
for
okay.
Gabrielle Farrington.
I pray to be baptized very soon. This is amazing. He's witnessing to him in this very interview. There you go.
What does that mean? Let's break this down. Who is witnessing to who in this very interview?
He is
Bold
witnessing
words,
to
those.
him. I were the wow.
Ooh. Now, dignified and informative. This is such a faith strengthening interview. That's a phrase that I haven't heard in a while.
Ooh, faith strengthening is like, we should do like a tier list of like JW phrases.
That would be good.
Faith
Now,
strengthening is up there.
But I hate to say it, guys. Ben has a hard out.
Oh, I do. Yeah, I didn't even realize it was that time.
This is
how convenient. Just be.
Let's end it now, Ben.
No,
You
no, I
yell.
It's hard. It's a hard out.
No. This is a soft out, and you don't have to do American because you're a coward, but you do have to
Right.
yell this comment because it's in all caps.
Precisely.
Okay.
Sonny Johnson, and read it in your sunniest Johnson voice.
Remembering my hard out was because it's 1 a.m.
It's about to be 2 a.m., buddy.
I'm channeling my inner brother Johnson.
My brother
Aaron,
Johnson.
thank you so much for being fair and factual by allowing those who are JW to explain their beliefs and motive. Thank you again.
Thank you. That was indeed a Sonny. You're a Sonny Johnson.
I am nothing if not Sonny and Johnson.
That's
Okay,
you.
well, I'll keep
You're a
that
Sonny
line.
guy. Thank you,
No,
guys.
yeah,
This has
sorry.
been really fun. I didn't even we didn't even plan on having Matt on, to be honest. I just was like, oh, I should drop a line, and it ended up being just a fabulous time.
Yeah, just sitting in front of my computer. I was going to watch this anyway, so I'm like, sure.
Yeah, and we could barely tell that your room was messy.
I know. That's like, who knew you could clean up by just putting a blur filter on? So that works out well.
That's like the SpongeBob episode where they clean the room by tearing the dirty wallpaper off. Wally understands. He references
I
SpongeBob on his
do.
channel.
I actually watch SpongeBob almost every day when I go to sleep.
Very good. Good.
It's good
Based.
stuff.
Ben, where can we find you? What's your address?
for the criticisms?
Yeah, how can we mail you criticism?
It's funny you asked, Jake. I have a new podcast coming out. I don't know if I'm allowed to talk about that, but
Wait, what?
Very good then.
I say, do tell.
It's it's called Second School, which is funny and quirky if you're a Jehovah's Witness, and makes no sense if you're not.
That's true.
And
The worst promo
yeah,
I've ever heard.
I'm doing it with some
You're in a marketing
random
class, is that right, Ben?
American guy. And it's pretty all right. It's all right. I'd give the first like 10 episodes a listen to see if we get into a stride or not.
That's
And,
tough because we've only done 5.
Yeah.
So you're
And only
assuming
one
the
is
next 5 will
available.
not be notably better than the previous 5.
It's safe to assume. Yeah.
Yeah, I think that's probably true.
But yeah, that's live everywhere, and I'm on YouTube and Twitter and everywhere that you would find any normal XJW person.
Well, I think the real
Good.
question is going to be, is this going to be in competition with Babylon the Great?
Oh,
which is
yeah.
such a good name, isn't it?
And we didn't know that Matt was hiding a British accent this whole time.
I know.
Big reveal at
That
the end of
was
the stream.
huge.
Amazing. Yes, and this is direct competition. There's another new podcast that just started, and I'm not going to plug it. Don't listen to Babylon the Great with XW, Caleb, My Little Pimo, and Dax the Scholar. Don't listen to that.
She advanced from like student to scholar really quickly.
She did it in 1 week. It was wild.
And could I take credit for that? Possibly. It's hard to say.
Do it.
But I won't say it on air. But and she's not here, so she can't defend herself. So,
Perfect time to bully people when they can't defend themselves.
Yeah. Hey, Dax, I suggested Scholar, and it was better.
Now give me money.
Now give me money. Pay me money for that. I gave you a good idea. Money now. That's what I do. And this is what we do on the podcast too, Ben. Is we like to advertise stuff, and then we go to the sponsor, because like what we'll do is we'll be like, this week's sponsor is Wheaties, and then we go to Wheaties, and we're like, we mentioned you on the show. Can we get a little bit of that stuff?
Clever.
And it hasn't worked so far.
Hit him with the old Uno reverse card.
That's right. Wally, where can we find you on the internet or in real life?
It's JW Thoughts. We stream every week, and we do a video every week. And
we stream every week.
Yeah, I'm gonna do a stream once a week if you guys want to hang out. I'm trying to not do JW focus things, more of just like hanging out with people and trying to maybe branch out and do some other stuff. So it's more about just hanging out with friends and less about like, let's watch this JW video and stuff, because I don't know. There's enough of that. So
damn, I was gonna stream a video or making a video on Monday, and now I feel like a piece of shit.
That was the whole goal of my sentence.
Broadcast rebuttals canceled, everyone. Miraculous Matt. We couldn't think of a good M name that was Memorial Matt. It's literally Memorial.
You missed it.
Oh no!
I love the fact
nobody in chat suggested that. By the way,
it's the memorial, and we spoke basically solely about the convention.
Same diff.
It's all the meeting.
There's not a lot of clapping at the memorial, but there should be, right? Like after everyone gets a wine
after
pass.
each person, yeah.
Yeah, for each person. There should be clapping, no silence the whole time. I like to think that the disciples were clapping that entire dinner. But Matt, you also have a channel.
I do. There's not much going on with it right now. The Falling Tower.
Half a mil, buddy.
It has two videos on it. So knock yourself out.
Yeah.
There will hopefully in the next like few weeks will be being populated with videos again. So we'll I'm gearing up again to start up. So
you'll populate and fill the entire channel.
Mm-hmm.
That's right.
Oh, I gotta go on mute.
Oh my, there's a blurry, and there's a this is where the big reveal happens at the very end where someone comes through the blurry door.
Oh man. We peered through the haze.
All right, guys. Well, this has been really fun. Thank you for everyone joining us. Thank you for super chatting. And I like this. Drinking and drawing. That sounds fun. Everybody, just remember, if you wanted it to go on longer, it's Ben's fault because he lives in a really stupid part of the world.
Where's Jerem? He could have swapped in.
Oh, he could have swapped it. But we talked beforehand. I was like, Ben, would you be offended if we went without you? And he's like, yes, don't do it.
Don't
I
do
don't like
anything
it
without me.
I don't like it, do I? Bold words, those.
Bold words, those.
All right. Thanks, guys.
All right.
All right.
See you guys.
Yeah. Bye.
Bye.